tight at me. Oh, I don't go live. Yo, Mars tight at me because we had a guest on it, and he was hitting his shots. Like, how you mad at me, Mars? I didn't even do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mars, you let somebody score on your watch? That's crazy.
Mars, what did I do? He mad at me because Dion came and cooked.
Yeah, if Dion came and cooked, Mars, I mean, why we mad at him, bro?
Well, I literally didn't do nothing. All I did was ask questions and read super chats.
And what was Dion saying? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Like, what happened?
Are we going to talk about the NBA defenders?
Well, that kind of goes into this topic as well. So you might as well just like, what the hell? Like, why everyone acting like it's a secret?
I don't know. Well, there's nothing to hide. I don't know. I don't even remember what happened. I'm just in a bad mood now.
What the hell?
Man, Doug, he basically just came up here and said LeBron's the best to ever do it, the best that will ever do it, and the best that's currently doing it. On top of that, he
got him as the best player in the world?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Look, we didn't get to that point, but if I would have asked Dion who's the best player today, he for sure would have said LeBron. 100%.
All right, we could talk about the defenders and how they get severely disrespected in this era. I think it's really sad. And Ron, I don't know if you really want to join in part of this, but you're more than welcome to. But I feel as if like I was having a conversation with some people, what's it called, like a couple of days ago, and then we were talking about. They was like, yeah, the '90s BS. They don't play defense now. You can't be playing defense when they scoring like 130 and 112 points. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, like that's one of the most craziest and ridiculous arguments to make, that because of points per game, that this is the reason why there's no defenders, right? Because I told him, I said, bro, you think the 80s had defense? They were scoring just as much in the early 80s than there is right now. So without a 3-point line, you want to know why? Because they play fast. They play genuinely fast. And with the explosion of three-pointers in the league, it's like, bro, with the increase of pace and the increase of threes, the points per game is going to be that high. So does that mean the defenders aren't that good anymore? No. If honestly, you can make the argument that they're better than they've ever been. You know how much ground these guys have to cover on? You know how much ground they have to cover? They can't touch guys. And guarding as much scores as they have now in today's day, like you have 2 to 3 scores on one team now. It wasn't like that before. On top of that, you need to make sure you're good on your rotations and good on the help side. Even as a big, this is as much space as a big has to cover in NBA history. And Rudy Gobert gets crapped on for not guarding perimeter players. But they don't crap on Dikembe Mutombo. What kind of sense does that make? You feel me?
Dub, I'm not going to lie. I was prepared to come up here and hate. I really was. But I'm going to tell you the point where you got me. It's literally you can't touch defenders. Like the rules are set as a disadvantage for defenders. So we talked about this on the panel yesterday.
Your mic was going crazy right now.
It's better?
Nah, it's like surround sound. I hear everything.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's better?
No.
Damn, y'all, I'm packed up.
Yeah, that mic is crazy. He just left. What you got to say, Mars?
I agree. We're going to send the link?
Yeah, send the link. Go ahead. You agree, motherfuckers say I'm yapping. Stupid bitches. Now that Mars agrees, now you can dick ride him.
You're not allowed to swear until 5 minutes have passed. Now you just ruined our monetization. It's only been 4 minutes and 28 seconds. We're cooked.
You're right. It's cool. Nah, but yeah, I think it's just and this is probably in the light of the we done with the 90s trend going on. And I'm just like, bro, like the disrespect that defenders get in today's era, and then people say, what defenders do they have now? Like, you can't name the multitude of defenders that we have in this league, bro. You have Bam, you have Jimmy, you have what's it called Herb, you have Drew, you have White, you have JT. You can still classify him as a defender. You have Victor. You have shoot, what's the dude off the Nuggets? Aaron Gordon. You have Highsmith plays defense. Like we could go down the list of how many defenders we have in this league. Alex Caruso, but for some reason people want to be like we don't have to defenders in today's era. What kind of sense does that make? Vanderbilt, AD, like y'all don't make sense. OG Anunoby. How don't we have defenders? Well, I'm listing off names right here without even thinking twice about it. KCP, that was the PO8 I was thinking about. What the hell y'all talking about, bro? Y'all don't make sense. Y'all really don't.
Yo, salute everybody.
Good.
What's good, fam?
You know why defending is hard? First of all, Dion, worst cameo I've ever seen in my life on
seen worse. Seen worse.
Best
you
guess
seen worse
ever.
Bro, the first hour was hard to
Best guess ever, man.
was hard to watch. But ever. I don't remember any you wanna know why defense is harder? Because you got dudes like Dean Wade hitting 5 threes from out of like there's just you have to play so much better to put teams away because of the threat of the 3-point ball alone from random role players that can just get hot and erase leads. Like I've never seen like this shit with Dean Wade and then who was the other dude, Max Strus. Like the variance and what's the word I'm looking for? Margin for error is so much smaller in my opinion.
For defenders, right?
Yeah, just for as a team, not even just for individual, as a team. Like you just get dudes that get hot. Oh, cool! You had a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, erased by Dean Wade, not LeBron, not Jokic. Not
that's a funny thing
like
that you said.
Superstar player, like you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine having to deal with that. Imagine playing 2K and some random dude off the bench comes on and scores you. Just I don't know. It's crazy.
It kills momentum.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame microwave.
Microwave, like crazy.
And even then, it's like we also need to acknowledge how, and they need to really like crack down on these rules. Like, there's a lot of carries and travels that happens in today's league as well that really hurts the defenders of today's era too. So to your point as well, football that adds on to the margin of error that they don't have. Back, let's say even in 2000s, you get blown by. Guess what? He's probably gonna get met by two or three bodies at the rim. So he has to take that contested pull up, Jay. So does that mean that those POAs are defending better now because they have more support in the back line? I don't think so.
Well, to that specific aspect, Dub, and I just see it as different strengths and weaknesses for the era. Because in that aspect specifically, it actually makes it worse for the 90s in regards to if your perimeter player got beat, you're not seeing the same amount of help that you're seeing in today's day. The defense today has more flexibility. The rules allows defense to load up on the play side way more. The problem is when you have elite playmakers who can punish the defense, and on top of elite shooters from role players, that's the problem. The defensive personnel hasn't caught up yet to the shooting explosion yet. It's similar to the 2000s. Like the offense didn't catch up to the defense until there was more skill and development from particularly role players. So I just see that as differences in strength of different eras. Like in the 90s, they had better post defense individually than today's era. Today's era, I'm not gonna cap. A lot of guys don't even know how to deny the post. A lot of guys, when they get one-on-one, they're looking for the trap. They're not really sufficient about it. They're not as disruptive as they were back then. Well, I can say the same thing, like you just alluded to. Who is that? I can say the same thing when you guys alluded to the fact that the defenders, especially the bigs, especially the forwards and the centers, you have way more ground to cover. And on top of that, these guys actually set the pick and rolls, but get to the top of the key. They set the pick and rolls at nearly the hash mark right across the half court line. So that amount of spread is just a dire thing, which me personally, I don't think the league can instruct the rule to stop. I think the only rule they could do is I agree with you guys, be a little more consistent in terms of leniency for the offensive players. Don't give up too much leverage in regards to giving the benefit of doubt for the whistle. The only thing they could do, Dub, is honestly they can bring back 3 seconds. And to be honest with you, with Wemby in the game, do you want to see 3 seconds come back? Do you really want to see 3 seconds come back?
No, I don't
think that's a
so
good.
that the guys could just sit here and just camp at the rim.
I don't like that.
No. Yes and no. Like that's what 3 seconds is. Yeah.
You're talking about like you said, bring it back. You're talking about removing it.
Yeah. So the thing is, the reason why I'm saying that is because they have to be more fair in terms of officiating when the offensive player initiates contact, but also the reason why the threes are up, and not just because of skill level shooting, also drives has been an all-time high. So the only way for the rules per se to help the defense is to help them in regards to protect the paint better, because they get spread too thin.
Mm-hmm. I think if we're talking about eliminating the 3 second, I think it'll probably be good. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be bad basketball, but I do think that I don't know. I do think that I don't think that's really the answer. I think they should just bring hand checking back. That's what I think.
And thank you for saying that. Look at the history of the rule hand checking, dog. They've been adjusting it forever. The thing is, what people don't understand about hand checking.
They used hand checking in 1979.
Yeah, exactly.
They just kept adjusting it.
And they changed it again in 95.
And what I'm about to say, is applicable to all levels of basketball. Mm-hmm. Hand checking do not work when the offensive player has handles that can face you. Period. Yeah. Go back and watch the 90s game. They only hand checking guys who turn their back on the post. They literally turn their back on against you when they cross the half court line to take the ball. Right. But look at the guys compared to the same era, like a Tim Hardaway, like a Penny. When them dudes try to hand check, they ankles went one way and they body went the other. Hand checking do not work with guys who wear handle. So they'll bring back hand check, or like what Mars alluded to, adjust the hand check rule is not going to help the defender. It's because these guys are too good. They're too skilled. They never did
that momentum against them. Actually,
like hand check, like that's the biggest myth about hand checking. If you can't, the number one thing for defense on perimeter is footwork. Understand the angles. That's the number one thing, not hand checking.
Yep.
You get smoked. You try to hand check Kyrie.
But you don't think that's gonna help immensely with them, like at all?
No, these dudes handles too crazy, though.
Not as much as people think, because hand check didn't really make it more fit. Yeah. Like there's not more.
I mean, it's just gonna increase the foul rates, honestly.
Yeah, it's just gonna get like I don't know.
Go watch Penny. Go watch Scottie Pippen try to hand check Penny Hardaway.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, because I even agree with you to an extent, but I do think that there are some benefits to having a hand check. Like I do think that with you having the freedom to hand check somebody, it does help you being able to give you a better chance than not hand checking at all. Because like if Kyrie Irving's sitting here trying to blow by you, and Kyrie Irving does this a lot. Like he puts his hand on the defender and moves him out the way. So like if you can sit here and eliminate that, because you're able to put some be physical with him, that's going to make it difficult for him in my mind. Let's not forget that back what was it? I think 2021 season, where they was allowing it to be more physical. What happened in that beginning of the year? Majority of the offensive players were struggling, but they had to adjust and get used to it. But it definitely, being more physical is definitely going to be make it easier for some defenders in my mind. Now to the level, I agree with you. To the level is not going to be OD, but I definitely do think so.
Well, who was struggling in the beginning of that year?
I remember JT was struggling bad. Harden was struggling bad. What was this? 2021, right? Luka was struggling bad.
Yeah, that was because of the wasn't that because of the call change? And I swear that was that not the next season? Was that in 2021?
It was the 2022 season. The year Dame was hurt. The year James Harden's hamstring didn't work, and Trae Young was struggling.
So it was 21-22, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 21-22. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought you said like 2021, like the year after the bubble. My bad.
No. My bad. I meant like because I remember that year in the beginning year was 2021, and I'm saying that year right there.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think brung is actually a word. Just
Also, I'm just a little confused because it got brought up. What are defenses supposed to do to adjust to the fact that they have to rotate on every single player constantly around the perimeter when they're swinging the rock around because they can't concede any shot to anybody on some of these teams? Like, what adjustment can the defenders make to be able to play effective defense against a team like that?
You need more athletic. You need more athletic and savvy perimeter defenders. Like what the league is transitioning to is transition to more versatile defenders. Now you can't just have a defender who can only guard one position no more. That's dead.
Hello, love.
Man, we done with the 90s, bro. I don't know why we even talking about this. That trash-ass era, man. That's the worst era of all time. They garbage.
God.
I'm not even talking about the 90s.
Wait,
Yo,
we
Mark.
Right, we were.
Dude, I know Lo is laid up right now in bed over here talking something like this. This is ridiculous, bro.
We done with the 90s, dub.
It's about time y'all come to the light. I've been saying wash them old heads up for a long time now, and you guys was the one over here fighting me with that. You told me Magic Johnson could average a triple-double in today's league.
He could. What?
He probably could.
He could.
See?
You don't think so, Doug?
You not done with the 90s. You not done with the 80s.
But
you
Dub,
not done. Shut up.
But Dub, what does it
Yo,
mean?
shut up.
What does that
Shut up.
mean? What is having a triple double mean in today's game? Like, what do you mean? Like, what does that say? Really?
It means a lot. It means a lot. We're not gonna discredit a triple double.
Caliber. I would think. I mean, to be honest, why not? Like,
he could
why would you?
10, 10, and
Well,
10.
you tell me, Mark. Wait.
He ain't averaging 10 rebounds to me.
A triple double.
What rebounds? What you're questioning?
Nah, he ain't rapping that shit. He too soft.
This is a lot of talking about.
Luka grabs 9 a game, and you think that he couldn't grab one more?
Yeah, he could get 10 rebounds, bro. If you put him at the 4, don't put him at the point guard. He's getting cooked.
Yeah, you put him at the 4 and let him float around.
Point forward type of shit, like, you know, running point from that. Yeah, they could definitely.
Magic ain't gonna be worried about averaging triple double, man.
Oh, if that's your argument, sure, but like, could he actually do it? Yeah, like
I don't think it'd be hard either.
I mean, if anybody's that tall,
it
might we're not gonna get into this.
Oh,
he's gonna
averaging triple double is not easy.
He's gonna be.
That was better.
Hey, but where's Matt? I remember you told me Kareem would be a top 5 player.
Yeah.
But y'all telling me y'all done with the 90s? Y'all not really done. The hell y'all?
Well, no, Dub, you're not saying the same thing. No, we're not saying the same thing. We're not saying the same thing.
Magic Johnson. He won't be top 5 either.
I know we're saying
Bird won't be top 5 either.
Magic will be top 10. He won't be top 5.
Does the 90s have the best?
He be better.
Does the 90s have the best post defense?
Tatum.
Does the 90s have the best post?
Yes, the 90s have the best post defense.
Because my question is, because I see
it's actually debate.
Like Jokic, when I see Jokic, I feel like if there were like 3 more guys his height or his like with size and weight, I feel like he wouldn't be as effective as he was. What are y'all?
No, offensively he would be great in any era. But the problem with Jokic is the defending part. So the team, the Shaqs, they're gonna go after him. They're not AD. They're not gonna just average 17 points.
The brother with the blue snowball, your mic is muted. We can't hear you talk.
But like, actually, how many offensive big men from like the 90s could actually bother Jokic a lot? How many of them?
I mean, Jokic can't stop nobody.
Not really.
Yeah, but like, it's not about him stopping anybody, but he's become a threat to offensive.
Jokic can't play post defense, so he's.
I want to say
Shaq and Hakeem.
Thank you, Mars. I was waiting.
Shaq and Hakeem is 2 of the 2 bests in the NBA.
But like,
2 of the 27 starting bigs.
How many of
them play defense? I'm just saying against the other elite offensive.
Who else is he not guarding in the post?
David Robinson.
I think Patrick Ewing can do his thing. I think Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, and then you double team Ewing and find out he doesn't want to pass the ball. Oh wow.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a fact. That's not what we said, Mars. That's not what we said. We said
it's not hard to figure out how to stop Ewing.
Just double team. Defender. You'll be a better defender.
You do the same thing for Hakeem.
Low, you on your own.
Nah, Hakeem mid-90s started passing.
Hey, to Lo,
I'm talking about early 90s.
Early 90s.
Lo just said it right there. Like, even though we could talk about, like, Jokic would be a better defender.
He would be a better.
Oh, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would, because he can.
Not even a good defender this era.
Yeah, it's harder.
Why
for him to
is
be
that?
It's harder for him to be.
He's not even good at defending the rim in this era.
It's harder for him to
y'all hear me
defend
now?
the rim in this.
He has no athleticism. What verticality is he doing in the 90s? He doesn't change his
athleticism to guard
It would
the
be
post.
harder for him to.
Yo,
Can you name an elite defensive center that wasn't good athletically?
What?
Who's saying that he's going to be elite?
Mark Gasol.
Oh yeah, a taller, longer guy. You're right.
Pause. Jesus.
Not low. I know you're not talking. I know you're not talking for your last episode.
No. Wait. Ace 30. Nobody, and I don't think Lowe's saying he's going to be
really a fact,
this.
bro.
Nobody's going to say like Jokic is going to be this crazy elite defender. I don't think anybody's saying that.
He'd be
But
a better one,
Jokic,
though.
but Jokic, because he doesn't have to move around so much, because he doesn't have to cover space, because they're not going to be putting him in PNR actions literally the whole entire game anytime they play. Go watch the Nuggets. They do that all the time. If he's back in the 90s where he could just sit back more in the paint, use more of his size because of that, I mean, I don't think he's going to be a bad defender the way he is now. It's not going to be the same.
I'm saying he'll be the same. I'm saying he'll be the same level.
No,
Defender. Slightly above average. Slightly above average.
You're wrong.
Slightly above average.
The only reason
Because y'all, like same way the spacing's not going to be there. Like I said, these bigs are going to attack him. Slashers of that era is going to attack him.
Yeah, but how many bigs are gonna?
Hey! You want to know what happened in the finals?
I said slashers and bigs.
When a slasher was trying to attack him, couldn't do shit like that.
I don't know why we're acting like
I personally
going to be guarding this.
all of the top 5 bigs.
Outside of Hakeem, outside of Shaq, who's attacking him constantly as a big?
David Robinson.
No.
Yes, David Robinson can't score Jokic. Who do you think Jokic is, Lo? Who the hell do you think he is?
Who do you think David Robinson is?
We're backing off.
You think David Robinson can't score against Jokic? Nigga? What?
He can score. We're talking about. Wait, let me be clear.
So we're talking about torching him, basically.
Yeah, I want to say we're talking about torch for him to be just as good as a defender he is now, regardless if you think he's good or bad. You would have to think in some capacity he would also be a liability. Back in the 90s, he was. They don't run the sets that would make him a liability. So would David Robinson score? Sure, but would he look as effective as some of the better scoring options in today's game against Jokic? No, because those scoring options in today's game can take him out of the lane and actually utilize his weakness to their advantage.
No, and why I'm saying, one of the reasons why Jokic is an average defender, not just because of the how he defends on the perimeter, is the fact that he came in affect the rim, defend the rim now. He came in contest vertically now. He can't deter lobs now.
But
he wouldn't need to. He wouldn't need to.
What you mean? He wouldn't need to contest vertically in the 90s, Lo? When the game was all on the paint?
At the basket.
No.
Yeah. So I just said slashers and bigs. How is he? What the hell? What are you talking about? So Jordan and Drexler and like these dudes, there's no slashes in the 90s.
Yes. He was going against Michael Jordan. Yes.
No. I said Drexler too. I'm going down the list of slashers.
Not Drexler. No.
Why not? Well, Drexler's not a good finisher, Lo. Or we just gonna be trash the whole night?
Because that nigga's trash, bro. We're done with the 90s.
Not Drexler trash.
Real quick, is this not the era of bigs? They're gonna put Jokic guarding Kurt Rambis, Dennis Rodman, like the guys who can't do anything. That's who Jokic is gonna be guarding.
And all
and what is your responsibility outside just guarding your man from a center position?
No, hold up.
Protecting rim.
Logan is certain. No, you're missing the biggest point.
But he's not gonna be playing center. He's going to be playing power forward. They're going to.
Why would he not play center? Why would he not play center in the 90s?
He doesn't have to. It's the era of two bigs. There are tons of teams. Karl Malone and Mark Eaton, like they have.
Carmelo's a forward.
And they can structure it. Yes, they're going to put Jokic
just
at
put
the
a more
four.
defensive minus forward around Jokic.
You can be 6'11" and play the forward.
Bro, the coaches of the 90s are not that innovative. Just cut that out.
Now that part is true.
They're gonna put him at
Why are they not that innovative? He has guard skills, more perimeter skills. I mean,
wait, my bad. Why wouldn't the 90s coaches? Why wouldn't the 90s coaches? Wait. Let me finish. I didn't even ask the question. I said, why wouldn't the 90s coaches get a defensive big and then just push Jokic to the 4?
Because they're dumb.
Y'all really don't think so?
They're dumb. They're not that smart. There's only two guys.
Even that. They're dumb.
We'll talk
dumb. They are dumb.
There was only four. There was only four. There was only five competent offensive coaches in the 90s.
Stop,
Five.
30.
Leave it like
They're
that.
giving them too much credit. It's not
Leave
five.
it-
It's like 3 of them.
Leave it like that. Leave it like that, right?
Hold on.
Leave it like
Bird can coach offense.
Why are we acting like we didn't see Ralph Sampson and Hakeem play next to each other?
That was the 80s.
You know, bro, they're right in the same time frame.
No, I ain't gonna lie. There was more innovation in the 80s than there was in the 90s.
There way more innovation in the 80s.
was better. We're not done with the 80s. We're not done with the 80s.
We saw.
But also, Doug,
Wait, so we're just talking about that decade.
Yeah, it's an anomaly.
Yeah, we're talking about the 90s. Yeah, we're talking about the 90s.
Oh
but
my
even
God.
even that's an anomaly. Like having Ralph Sampson and Hakeem, that's an anomaly. Like
I hear you.
Most of the time, yeah, they were just dumb. They were dumb. A lot of, to be honest with you, if I had to be honest, coaching is by far, like, coaching and lack of innovation is the biggest thing that killed a lot of things that happened in the 90s. The dumb ideology that you have to play a certain type of way because you play it in a position would actually hinder. That would actually make Jokic worse because they wouldn't allow Jokic to do the things that actually make him a great player.
That's a much better argument to do it. But, like, I mean, even recently we've seen the two big lineup. Like, we saw the Mavs give Dirk Tyson Chandler because he can't protect the rim. And that's in a much better spaced era, in an era where you can't put Dirk on a player like Dennis Rodman who isn't doing anything offensively. Like, so I don't understand how you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's the 2010s and 2000s. That's not the 90s.
But you could see it in the 90s with teams like the Jazz where they're giving Karl Malone good elite defensive centers. Like, you could see, I mean, they could have even put him at the 3. It's not like he's that much slower or unathletic.
They wouldn't do that.
Larry Bird.
They wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
No,
put
I
a
hear.
7-footer
Yeah.
at the 3. They would not.
They wouldn't. But the thing is, right? To go back to the Jokic defensive point, if Jokic all he has to do is commit hard doubles and just stay at the rim, he's going to be just fine. Let's not act as if for the whole postseason run last season, that's precisely what he did. And how many people, and me, I still think he's not that great of a defender. But how many people be like, oh yeah, Jokic, man, he just made so much of a better effort. He made what?
They were gassing. They were gassing that shit. They were
gassing his defense. Like, oh yeah, Jokic was so much of a better defender. You know, he was just giving so much more effort. He's doing all this. No, bro, he just was helping and just roaming at the paint, similar to what he was doing in the 90s. So no, Ace 30. We just see what happened when he places teams where there's not going to be a lot of actions for him to get involved, and people assume that he's a pretty good defender. The same thing's going to happen in the 90s. Bro.
No, Dub, for the last time. He can't protect the rim. Outside, he can't protect the rim. No, what are you talking about? Give me one proof. How can Joker protect the rim, Dub?
Because he would have another 7-footer to help him protect the rim.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
His numbers across the board would look better as a rim protector because there'll be somebody else next to him to help him protect the rim.
That's the answer. Just like today's game, you have to put another elite defender to help him out because he can't contest vertical. He can't protect the rim.
But I still think they would. I mean, I don't think it'd be that difficult to find a defensive-oriented forward that's tall enough that you can put next to Jokic.
Yeah, I'm not saying it is. You can play next to a bunch of guys. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying we're talking about Joker at a vacuum. You put him in the 90s, he's not going to change defensively. He'll be average like he is today.
But the thing is, I don't think that he has to change because I think when the lane is clogged up with another defender, like he gets to do what he does best defensively, which is just stay in the lane. And if there's another defender next to him, by default, he will look better as a defender because you would actually have somebody next to him to like not only cut off a driving lane or cut off a shoulder for somebody to go over on in terms of like a hook shot or a fader or up and under, but also like now, just in the general sense, if I'm trying to defend you, just the fact, the sheer size, I'm 7 feet tall and I'm as big as I am, even if it makes it easier for somebody to just come over and help and contest. Like just by default, he will be a better defender because the paint is more clogged. And also he'd be a better defender because those niggas were worse offensively. Just by default.
We'll agree to disagree. That's all that is.
Also, he can't get exposed.
No, it's not. No, we agree to disagree. It's just a fact. Everything Lo says is just a fact.
Dub. That's not a fact. You don't play in the 90s. That's a hypothetical, Dub.
No, that's a
fact.
fact.
How about that? Hypothetical.
You want
Dub,
to?
Dub, how's that hypothetical?
It's not a
How's the fact it's a
hypothetical.
hypothetical?
What is a hypothetical of me saying of analyzing
If you
the
put
game?
Joker in the 90s, that's a hypothetical.
Stop. What's the hypothetical of us acknowledging the game and how people are playing it back then, and then comparing it to how somebody can benefit from that game? How is that? I don't understand how that's
the whole premise of a hypothetical.
No.
Start by saying if.
You're comparing the two things. It's
The
not.
first word is if.
That's not comparing. You literally just said the whole premise of the conversation was if. No, we ain't compare. Who we compare Joker's game to, Dub?
We're talking about Jokic's game, comparing it to the 90s. That's what we're saying.
That's a hypothetical, Dub.
Sturdy, I have a question. Real quick.
Comparing things is not a hypothetical, bro.
No, you didn't compare him to a player. You didn't compare him to that. We were saying literally in a hypothetical setting. If Joker's in the 90s, that's a hypothetical, Dub.
No. I'm comparing Jokic's defense and his strong suits on defense, and I'm comparing it to the 90s.
Wait.
All right, Dub. We just don't just look up the word.
It's a fact though. It's a fact.
That's literally not a fact. But go ahead. Thank you. It's literally not a fact.
You can't even prove it. It's not a fact. It's a hypothetical.
I could put him in 2K.
Yeah. But I've got a question for you, Sturdy. So if player A can only get exposed on defense one way, and player B can get exposed on defense 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways. Is player A not a better defender because they have less flaws defensively and can't be exposed in as many ways? So they're more of a sound defender?
No, because versatility isn't the only metric for defense. For example, and just how we saying was done in the 90s, those slow-footed bigs like Mutombo, who can only protect the paint, the rim, he's valuable in that era. But if you put him in today's era, he'll be less valuable because he's not as versatile. So it depends on the era, and it also depends on that one thing that you're good at. Because protecting the paint is always, no matter what era, will be in vital important to your defense.
Yeah, but you just said Mutombo would be worse in today's era because he wouldn't be as valuable because he can't move. So Jokic wouldn't be as bad then as he is now because he can't move, so it wouldn't be getting exploited like it does today. So he would be a better defender.
But Logan, what did I end it with? Rim protection. Jokic, and no matter what era, is not a good rim protector. Period.
I just disagree with that.
I agree.
Cook him, Logan. You cooking him right now. Don't full roast him right now, bro.
His flaws go away. Perimeter go away in the 90s. So he has less flaws. He has to be a better defender.
He's saying his
you
primary
can't lessen the amount
Hold
of
on,
flaws.
Let him finish.
Yeah, you can't have less flaws in your game and then be the same level of defender. That's impossible. You can't get rid of your flaws. Granted, it's because of how they played and rules, but like you can't have less flaws and then still be the same level of defender. You have to get better at that point.
All right, Logan. So I'm gonna say this more simplistic thing that maybe I'll talk to you.
He's cooking the shit out of you.
The number one responsibility.
He's really not.
That matters a lot. That matters a lot comes from you. So Logan, the number one responsibility.
I could just mute you, buddy. What are we talking about, buddy? What are we talking about?
You can't talk to the host like that.
No. I know Dub is sensitive. So it's okay. So Logan,
go ahead.
The number one upset here, buddy. Number one. Hey, you can hear my tone. The number one responsibility of a center, no matter what era, is to protect the paint. Joker lack of athleticism, Joker's lack of foot speed, no matter what era, he cannot do so. What I am saying is, in this particular occasion, when we compare Mutombo and Jokic, the Mutombo rim protection will be more valuable in the 90s than it will be for today because of the things spread out. Because of Joker's lack of athleticism, he's never going to be a good rim protector in any era, despite the spacing, despite the help. He's just not.
That doesn't mean he can't be a better defender.
I would agree.
And I say he will be a worse defender. I say he'll be the same exact defender.
I would understand his point if there was like a lot of people in the 90s who could attack Jokic constantly, but there just isn't. So,
and that's the biggest point right there.
Yeah,
I think
that's something we agree to disagree. That's the one thing the 90s have. They have post scorers and they have slashers. Everything else is mid.
But what does Jokic look like when he's defending a post scorer though?
In today's era, I don't know how you were looking back then, where guys can actually score and lead from the post. I don't know because when he do it against Embiid, it looks nasty.
Embiid's like one of the
That's Embiid though.
That's the point. That's the point.
Wait, certain matchups against Embiid, he looks fine.
I'm saying the matchup again. I'm getting the matchup against Embiid. My bad. My apologies. But the matchup against
Wait. He keeps going to like the top of the top. So other than Hakeem and Shaq, again, who are the people who are going to be constantly cooking this?
No, I named other dudes, KB, but like I said, it's going to be agree to disagree. I said David Robinson. Agree to disagree. I wasn't done. We're not cut off at David Robinson. I said Patrick Ewing, but Mars said you can double him. I thought we were talking about 1-on-1. So Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, without Shaq, obviously Shaq and Hakeem, and maybe Alonzo Mourning, depending on which version. That's it.
God, we're getting worse.
Wait. Let's stay there.
We're not talking about offensive. We're not talking about offense, low. We're talking about post scoring.
Let's stay there.
Yeah, so you're getting worse. You're getting worse as a post scorer as you keep going down.
No, he just said that's how that works. Low. He said going from the top going down. In my opinion, the center position in the 90s is extremely top heavy. That's why it's done. It's cooked.
But okay, this is what
that proves our point about him getting cooked in the post.
But I'm not saying. But KB, once again, I did not just say post scores. I said post scores and slashers. That's really the only two great things the 90s have.
We're speaking about post scores.
No, we agree to disagree on the slashing. We just disagreed on slashing because no matter what, because relying on power forward is not going to disrupt you from protecting the rim.
We asked you outside of Hakeem and Shaq, and then you proceeded to name David.
Those are the five.
Which I disagree. Patrick Ewing, who Tamar said you can double, and he would not be able to pass the ball to double because that's what he struggled with, which is true.
It's the same thing with David Robinson. I thought we were talking about one-on-one.
And you said other years of Alonzo
the man who
Mourning.
always preaches team defense, not a one-on-one game. Now wants to one.
That's what we're talking about, Mars. We're talking about Joker as an individual defender.
Yeah, but guess what? Individuals still have to play within a team defense.
I agree. That's why he would be the same. I didn't say he would struggle. I said he'll be the same.
That's not the main.
Defending in areas where he's not alive.
Other than like, I'll give you three.
We just agreed to disagree on Joker's liability and the protection of the rim. That's it.
Hold on. Other than three guys that you named, other than the three, I'll give you three. There's still like what?
I know it's just gonna be agree to disagree. I didn't say he's gonna be trash.
Other teams in the league, bro. So like,
we could agree. We could all agree to disagree, and everyone up here could agree saying that you're wrong. I'm not gonna lie, you're wrong.
I don't care, Dub.
Because
that's how you feel. It's a hypothetical. There's no right or wrong.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. What are you talking about? You're talking about Jokic as a post defender, right? I think you're perfectly right.
Did I just say post defender, Dub?
You talk about one-on-one post. What the fuck are you talking about?
I was talking about rim protecting too. What are you talking about?
Okay, so let me finish.
You hear nothing else
sir. Let me finish before you keep. Let me finish before you keep interrupting, sir.
We're done with that.
Let me finish before you keep interrupting. I agree with you. Rim protecting, yes. Jokic, there's no defending that. I think he's god awful in that. But even as a post defender, he's a big guy that uses his size. I don't see a lot of times. I don't know, Lo, you probably watch more Nuggets games than me because I know you're Jokic over here. Mars, you've been a Jokic advocator and a Nuggets guy for a minute now, right? I have not seen plenty of times where Jokic is just getting completely shitted on by post players. Now, if you want to talk about like Bam and he's cooking him because he's going to face-ups, yeah. Embiid because he's going to face-ups and making him have to move laterally, yeah. But we're talking about him getting back down and cooked. When do y'all see that like that? Because I seen
AD struggle to get a shot off and look with his back to the back.
And that's AD. That's AD.
And AD's offensive game is not even whatever.
Nigga,
he doesn't get cooked in the post. He doesn't get
no. AD do not play
in the post. He doesn't.
Hey, no, AD does not play aggressively against Jokic. So that's why I said it's AD. That's why I said that.
AD is one of the better post-up players in terms of like points per possession in the NBA, and that nigga literally.
Maybe did I say that? We're saying against Jokic. He do not play aggressively as he should against Jokic. I don't know why he just don't.
Even Embiid in the post doesn't cook Jokic though.
KB. To actually talk about the real defenders of this era, I'm just never home with this.
I got the stats. Shout out to Synergy, right? Shout out to Chitchat.
Jokic in post-ups? Yeah, I've already seen the numbers. Yeah.
You got the numbers, right?
Yeah,
The Jokic.
I checked, yeah.
Yep, the Jokic stats for post-ups, right? It's 0.9 points per possession, right? Which is ranked in very good and very highly in the league. So
where, Doug?
On Synergy.
Well, no, where is he ranked? You say highly where? 90 percentile.
Mars, do you know how to look up the rankings? Because very good means like you have very good and then you have like excellent. So that's like definitely well above average.
Yeah, they don't on Synergy. They don't have the actual percentile. They'll just tell you like a range.
Very good is definitely.
But very good would be in the 80th percentile plus.
So it's in the 80th percentile. Legend.
Thank you, Mark. That's all I asked.
So I mean,
that's not a one-off season thing. You can go back through.
I know. What is Lucas post-up stats?
I know.
Last year was excellent at 0.7 points per possession.
And then the year before was actually kind of bad. I think it was like 1 point possession in 21. And then
year before was average. Yep.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Got you. And then the year before that,
argument, the rim protection thing. Are players better finishers now or in the 90s, in your opinion?
That's actually tough, to be honest with you, because the spacing really like stops how to gauge that. To be honest with you, it's tough.
There's more space.
I think it's harder. No, I'm saying I think it's harder in terms of degree of difficulty, in terms of environment. I think it's harder to slash in the 90s than it is today's era. However, to gauge who's the better finisher, I don't know, because just because this era has more space, it don't mean there's just as good finishers as it was back then. So I don't know how to gauge that.
I can agree with that. In the 90s, you could theoretically just stand in the lane, right? Because there was no defense at 3 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also no illegal defense. As long as your man is, you know.
And in the 90s, the lane was just more crowded in general because people were playing closer to the basket, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So theoretically, 6'11" Jokic being closer to the rim with other people around him, making the lane more congested. Why is all of a sudden his rim protection just going to be destroyed when the paint is going to be that crowded? He's a big body playing at the rim, and he doesn't have to rotate over as far as he would have had to in today's game. So
yeah, I didn't say he would be destroyed. I say he'll be the same because, and the reason I say he'll be the same and not get worse because Jokic is a high IQ player. He blows up plays, he recognizes plays, he actually makes right positioning and rotations. But in my opinion, the number one attribute you need to be a good rim protector is athleticism, to test shots vertically, to deter shots in the paint. And Jokic, just because you put him in the 90s, it's not going to change that athletic, it's not going to change that particular attribute of his game. That's why I said it's not going to be worse, it's not going to be better, he'll be the same.
Okay, so let's use some critical thinking here. Let's say he is the same rim protector. For the sake of the argument, we don't need to get on would he be better. Let's say he is the same. If one of his weaknesses is rim protection, and the other one of his weaknesses is defending in space, but he doesn't have to defend in space in the 90s, how would he not be a better defender?
Because in my opinion, if you can't protect the rim at a decent amount of level, then that's going to put a cap on you, especially as a center, no matter what area.
Yeah, I'm not saying how would he not be a great defender. I'm saying how would he not be better than he is in today's game, where he has the weaknesses at the rim.
Okay, my bad. Because
technically he only has one of those weaknesses.
Because in my opinion, the value of rim protection to that era is more valuable than it is today. It's always been valuable throughout each era, but I think the 90s to the late 2000s were the highest in terms of value for rim protecting. So because you can't do the main thing you are asked to do in that era, that's why I'm saying he's gonna have a cap regardless of his responsibilities of guarding in space or not. That's my opinion.
But in an era where the lane is more congested and there's more people on the paint, his rim protection would be more.
The circumstances would benefit. Yeah, I'm with Mars. The circumstances of the 90s of having to be in the elbows and the nail, you're just schematically it helps Jokic amplify his IQ, hot hands, things of that nature, playing big, things of that nature. It would actually accentuate the strong suit that he has, which is his physical strength, IQ, and active hands.
Oh yeah, I just realized Low said was capped too, because in the 90s you're not going to have that much help from the power forward position, because in illegal defense, once that defender get past the first guy, he's the last line of defense. There is no extra guy come from the lane lines unless you're a good team like the Bulls or the Rockets who have a mobile enough power forward to do so to disguise those type of things. So if you even put an elite defender of that power forward who's going to be just as slow footed as him, no, he's still going to be the last line defense. Hence, that's why I'm saying he's going to be the same level.
Yeah, Mars.
It's not responsibility does not dictate your level, what type of value defender you are. That's why I said versatility is not the number one component for the type of defender you are. It's impact. And for Joker's specific case, being a paint protector in the 90s, where he's the last line defense, he's not going to have as much weak side help from his power forward as Loa alluded to earlier, because of legal defense rules.
Mars, he's not going to agree.
But the road
I just said Logan. I said that 15 minutes ago. It's agree to disagree. We talk about the real defenders of this era. But for some reason,
we don't have to agree. He's just getting slow roasted. I'm fine with that. We don't have to make.
I know, Dub. I know, Dub.
There's no point in continuing this. Sturdy's not going to change his mind. I tried the argument. Mars tried the same argument. He does not care about that argument. Last week,
I listened to you. No, like I said, because like I said, the rate of a defender is not so much the level of versatile you are; it's the impact of what you do, in particular for responsibility within the team scheme. That determines the level of value of a defender. It's not just versatility.
In theory, yeah, that.
Mars,
in theory, that makes sense for sure. In theory, that makes sense, but at the same token, the spacing would amplify what Jokic is doing. To be honest,
gave him 45, man.
He is not great as a post defender.
It's hard. Wemby's not the best defender yet. He's not the best defender yet.
I don't know. I haven't seen somebody with defensive gravity like that.
Not yet.
Prime Tim.
I'm not gonna lie. The rim deterrence Wemby has is scary.
I think
it's disgusting.
I do think if you want to say
go to the rim in transition on the Spurs at times.
If you want to say it's probably the best
Pacers game, they were just chucking threes in transition because they didn't want.
I watched the game.
I remember
yesterday against the Warriors. Every time he was away from the rim, I was happy. Every time he was shooting, I was happy. Like,
what's that rookie? What's that rookie that they got now? The poster.
Jackson?
TJD.
Oh yeah.
That dunk was nasty.
Yes, sir.
Like
there was a play against the Rockets. I can't remember
the league, man.
I believe it was Cam Whitmore. We might have got still were rebounds. Cam Whitmore is running in transition. He sees Wemby at the rim. He throws it back to damn near half court to Jeff Green. Like that's the level of rim deter. Wemby is just getting back in transition. Cam Whitmore sees him and nearly commits a backcourt violation. I'm like, yeah.
It's not just the rim deterrence, Mars. It's also I've seen guys cause turnovers just being afraid to shoot a three with Wemby. When Wemby's closing out, I literally seen a guy travel just because he lost his pump fake when Wemby was about to close out to him. Like it's crazy.
There was a play in the game we won against the game the Spurs won against the Timberwolves where they made a screen for Rudy to get open off ball. They did an off ball screen for Rudy just so he could set a pick and Wemby wouldn't be playing drop coverage. Yeah. Like it is like that is insane. Like I have never seen an off ball screen for Rudy Gobert until that game.
I'll say if you want to sit here and talk about Wemby being the best rim protector in the league, I'm fine with that. But especially like as an overall defender, I do think especially on ball, like one-on-one, I do think he struggles with that still right now. And that's why I'll favor AD and Bam slightly, not by a crazy margin, but slightly. But
experience.
Yeah, due to experience, due to
give me Wemby over Bam, man. Give me
Jonathan Isaac over Bam.
The reason I really have it is because of just how valuable that rim protection is. Because nobody's going to the rim. Like defensive gravity is an insane thing. That like
I think it's crazy.
Duncan, like David Robinson, or some like the only players in NBA history who you can see that with. And then the fact that he's probably the best back end defender in the pick and roll. Just because of how valuable his drop coverage is, because they're not going to try and attack.
I think in theory looks like that, but he is not as decisive in certain motions, and he looks like he'd be lost in some drop coverage.
That's because his guards can't get through screens. That's
Have you seen Trey Jones try and get through a screen? It is sad. Like it is.
And I like Trey Jones, but the pick and roll defense is not Wemby's fault.
But hey, Mars, that's fine. That's fine.
Wemby's
But
fault.
Mars,
I
when
think
I
it's
have
experience, though,
when I have
Mars. It's
AD,
experience.
when I have AD and Bam, where I do trust them, even if the guy getting screened isn't as competent, I do trust them more to make up for that. Apart from Wemby, like to me, like in the pick and roll, like yeah, Wemby's rim protecting, his drop is amazing, but I think what separates AD and Bam is their ability to be versatile and try to cover and hedge to protect the person getting screened better than Wemby, and that's why I'm favoring them a little bit.
I do think they are better pick and roll defenders than him, but I do think Wemby with a competent defensive guard, which is what I thought Devin Vassell was going to be when he got drafted. He's not as good defensively as I anticipated. I think he's solid, but he should have been. Devin Vassell came in as a defender. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
but
with the tools he has, I'm with you, Mars.
Yeah, we did the opposite that we did with Kawhi.
The thing about
Devin Vassell came in as a defender and his offense was questionable in terms of shot creation. Now he can create shots and he can't. His defense is questionable.
Yeah, he's such a.
He Donovan Mitchell. Oh, he Donovan Mitchell.
Devin Vassell coming in. I was like, oh, this guy can really play defense. He's in the league. I'm like, where's the defense?
If I could just make a comment real quick about AD's pick and roll defense, right? Sometimes AD, he'll get beat by like faster guards on the pick and roll. Like faster guards will get around him and go up for a layup. With Wemby, he has the length to make up for that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Wemby
no! I gotta check you there, buddy. I'm sorry. I've seen plenty of time Wemby get beat. I see plenty of times with people when he's in that drop taking that shot.
Wingspan, you know what I'm saying?
He does get up a lot of mid-range jumpers in drop coverage.
Tons. So I'm like, listen, even though it happens with Bam, it happens with AD, it happens with Wemby. I think that's something that there's going to be moments of time for all of those things to happen with all of them. Wemby's not, even though we have seen moments, and that's why I think his upside is amazing. I have seen moments where, Wemby makes up for it because of his size. But then there's also a lot of moments they laying the shit out of him.
Bam,
Wemby.
When Bam is in a pick and roll, how often is he getting beat like that by quicker shiftier guards?
Not a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was not a lot.
Not a lot.
Barely gets
a lot of the time he stunts so hard that he deters them from like trying to turn the corner. That's the difference and that's also a scheme thing as well. Scheme and experience. Like if you're hedging out more and you're cutting off that driving lane, which Ban has the foot speed to do, he's not going to get beat where he doesn't have to really recover that much. Versus Wemby, Wemby is giving the drop off rip because he knows he can get up to that jump shot. He knows he can meet you at the rim, things of that nature. So like Mars says, it's more so just the screen navigation from the guards, and as well, eventually when he gets stronger, he gets his grown man body and experience. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for that kid.
And to answer Logan's question,
okay,
my fault. I'm just saying this. To answer Logan's question, you can't be the best defender on minute restriction. If I can't play more than 30 minutes a game, bro, it's like, what's the point? Same thing with Jonathan. Mars. If Jonathan Isaac can play 3/4 a game, if Jonathan Isaac can play three quarters a game, he'd be the fifth player of the year already. He'll already be one of the best defenders in the league. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
he already one of the best.
He would only play like
I'm saying when you think of defense, you would think Jonathan Isaac top 3 if he was able to play 3/4 a game.
Can I ask y'all another? Can I ask everybody here another question real quick? How good can evolution take humanity? You know what I'm saying? Like, because Tim Duncan came into the league as a rookie. In my opinion, he was already a top 5 player. Wemby came into the league. He's already a top 5 defender. How good can players become? Like, how good can
I think with practice,
can we reach another level after
Wemby?
Get
to a point where you've got a bunch of Wembys who are as skilled as Kevin Durant but play Hakeem-like defense.
Right.
That's what the league is. I'm not gonna lie. 15, 20 years from now, I don't think 6'3", 6'4" players are going to be in the NBA.
Exactly, and we're going to
The point guard's going to be 6'7", 6'8". Your 2 guard's going to be 6'8", 6'9", and then 3 through 5 is going to be 6'11".
King.
I said this earlier, but I think
we're no Steph conversation is going to be real good when that happens, man.
Yeah, we're going to start doing. You know how we used to do the best players under like 6'2"? Like in 20 years, we're probably going to start doing best players under 7 foot.
6'5".
I think players under 6'3" are probably going to go extinct soon.
Right. This is going to be
unless someone comes along who's just like so transcendent in terms of
Dynamic,
skill
yeah.
and like
I ain't
athleticism.
gonna lie.
Wasn't that
Lakers, I ain't
supposed to
gonna
be
lie,
Scoot
after-
Henderson?
Generally speaking,
That
there's
was
gonna be a
supposed
bunch
to be
of
Scoot.
Scoot.
Low key, that was
I-
supposed
I-
to be Scoot. I'm like, oh,
Remember
gonna
when
lie, I
you were
still-
comparing Scoot to Wemby? That was hilarious.
Right, yeah. I still can't believe Muggsy
Nasty
Bogues was the actual
combos.
player in the league, to be honest with you, bro. I can't.
Muggsy
That
Bogues
was a bad era.
Muggsy
That
Bogues,
was a
Bob
bad era.
Wiggins.
I just
Hey, I'm
think
Still can't
telling
believe
y'all, yo, you know what gets me mad, and I hate how old heads say this. Like, oh yeah, you guys say that they played against plumbers back in the 80s and 90s or the 70s, but what's it called? People 20 years, 30 years from now are gonna say that LeBron's playing against podcasters and YouTubers. I said, bro, you got to be the dumbest person. Like, that's an insult that you guys are creating for that, right? I don't think the younger generation isn't going to care that they're going to be sitting here doing podcasts and YouTubers because they watch it and very much
we have
enjoy
video
it.
evidence.
Yeah,
Right,
they're not going to sit here and criticize that because that's something
George
they
has
love.
a podcast, and then
That's something they love watching. They love watching streamers. They love watching podcasters. They love watching. They're not going to criticize that like that. But to Mars' point, if this league gets bigger, they're going to be like, oh, Stephen Curry isn't really that good because he wasn't really going against size like that. He was taking advantage of stretch bigs. Oh, that LeBron Heatles was overrated. You want to know why? Because the team that when they finally faced a team that can shoot a considerable amount, what happened? They got ran off in 5 by the San Antonio Spurs, man. We done with the 2010s, bro. And I promise you, that's what's gonna.
I'm already done. I'm already done with like 70% of the 2010s. So
low key.
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
I'm telling you,
70%?
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, 70% is crazy.
People are gonna look at the Miami Heat crew. They're gonna see how they got dog walked by the Spurs, and because of how well people shoot the 3 ball now, they're gonna be like, yeah, that Miami Heat crew wasn't that good. They could have challenged guys who were able to shoot like that.
Context.
What you mean context? That what? That's what it is.
To defensively of his glorious team.
They were getting
that's what it
cooked.
is.
What you mean context?
No, that's what Dub is alluding to. The more further you get from the era, the less context will be said. And to answer Dub's point, the old heads talk trash about defense today because, to be honest with you, the old heads don't know how to evaluate defense today. The average person that watches basketball don't know what a player's supposed to do defensively. They don't know what scheme the team's trying to run. So it's going to look, you know how many times these old heads be saying, oh, all these guys just shooting threes. Like, bro, the last 2 guests on the panel was saying, oh, guys don't get to the rim as much. What? They're like, what game do y'all watch it?
Yo,
Like,
I'm not front. I almost broke my TV and my laptop at the same time, bro. Like,
Hey,
Dion's the worst guest.
Hey, bro,
Bro, I
numbers,
thought-
I'm
hold on.
pretty sure like them getting into the rim is like at a very high level.
Wait.
They get to the rim now more than ever.
I ain't gonna lie. I only tuned in for the second half of the panel episode. Dion was cooking that second half.
No, he
bro.
wasn't.
Dion was cooking.
The second half, basically, Denzel, he had a Devin Booker 70-point game. He scored 70, but like, what was the point? It was, you lost by 30. You lost by 30.
You saying that?
It's stats.
It's stats. Okay, I got you. That's what Lo was trying to do to me on playback.
2 for 14.
No, go back and watch that Devin Booker 70-point game. It was pointless.
Yeah, he had 28 in the 4th quarter when they were down 30. But Dion didn't do anything. He gave his top 10, so he was like, oh, that's a solid top 10.
Right.
And then he started talking about LeBron created 5 out.
Again.
If that's cooking, then I guess.
The Miami-
That's what he did. That was his whole second
No. The first hour, the first hour was nasty. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah,
Mark checked out.
If that's what we call cooking, that's how low the standards were based on the first half.
That man took some ice cubes out, put it on a flat.
Well, Miami was like, well, they weren't the first ones.
Let's not
They
do
were
this,
definitely
though.
like
Let's not do this.
pioneers.
They were
No,
innovative.
They were pioneers for this style of today.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni created
LeBron moving to the 4,
Mars, you
Chris
didn't
Bosh
fuck
at
with
the
Brown?
5. They definitely were pioneers in that. 1,000%.
No, it's
I'm
just
not
that
allowed
LeBron
to-
was
I'm not
really
allowed to
good.
speak
It wasn't a
on
Phoenix
pioneer
Suns,
thing.
Golden State Warriors.
No, it's actually Colin, it's the most underrated team of all time. Technically the Pistons. People just think of their defense, but Bill Laimbeer was stretched big. No, real talk. Bill Laimbeer was stretched big.
I know they were a defensive team in 04, but that Pistons team, I feel like, has the skill set to play like modern style of basketball. Like Rasheed could stretch the floor.
100%.
Yeah, they could. I think they could.
You can't in today's era, you can't have 2 guys that's not good offensively.
Right. I know the
That
big
is true,
albatross in the middle.
Who's the second guy? Who's the second guy?
But like the guards.
Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince was great transition. But everything after that, missed me.
Tayshaun got his
Ben Wallace offensively.
Ben Wallace, geez, bro, you can't have another guy who can't score with Ben Wallace on the floor.
Rudy Gobert.
Not today's.
It's Rudy Gobert.
No, not today. No, I'm saying, but Rudy Gobert got like 4 other guys that can score. That's not what Tayshaun Prince is.
No, that's the point. Like Rudy Gobert, that's Ben Wallace, and you need so much offensive help around Rudy.
Are you serious?
Nah, but Rudy's like a better lob threat though.
I said
way better lob threat. That is true.
Way better.
And he don't got better hands.
You guys be forgetting Ben Wallace used to take mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, Ben.
I'm not believing in that. I'm not believing in that.
He did.
I'm not moved though.
Hey, Mars.
Just because I never went in.
It's like me being hooked. It's like me being moved on a Rudy hook shot.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not moved though. Like I'm not.
I mean, hey, technically,
like, can he do it? Yeah, he can.
Mars is correct. In 2004.
Hold on, Dezo. That was a year that was actually decent. We ain't doing that. That DPOY year was decent.
Nobody guarded Joakim Noah on his mid range.
No, the jump shot was trash. He shot like
a
bro. This man,
when he was hot, Ben Wallace mid-range numbers right now.
Mars,
no one's worried about that.
This man told me
he shot 166 mid-range jumpers on 25%.
Hey,
I don't know why they let him.
That means a quarter of the time he was making. What are we talking
about? All right, let's look up.
We're not moved.
Bro,
is a Ben Wallace mid range the most backbreaking shot?
Oh, this is
whoa.
Hey,
this is
bro.
If Ben Wallace,
I'd rather have a Giannis 3. I'd rather Giannis shoot a 3.
Me too.
Yeah,
Actually, that's a very good
if
one.
Ben Wallace made a mid range, you knew you was cooked that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I remember Ben Wallace shooting those little 15-foot jumpers.
Nah, could you imagine?
Wow.
Could you imagine the transition? This nigga stops to take a midi and hits it. Oh my god.
We cooked.
Honestly, a Ben Simmons 3 would probably be the most backbreaking shot.
Nah,
not necessarily.
I'm not moved by that.
No, because Ben Simmons would only really shoot a 3 if like the game's over. Ben Wallace it's a one possession game. Ben Wallace gonna take a.
There's only a few individuals that like when they hit a shot that's out of body, it's like okay, we're in for
Wait. We have a special guest. Oh my god!
attempts, he was 40%.
Who?
Joakim Noah on 150 attempts.
Guys, I gotta make.
I told you, Dezo, that 1 year.
Who's you talking about, big? Oh my god, Dub's bringing up Gerald. I'm about to leave. This is ridiculous.
No,
I'm not dealing with 4 hours of nonsense. I'm done with 3 hours. I'm not doing it.
We had a good hour. We had a good hour.
Overall, I do 5 hours. This hour was decent. The 3 hours of the panel was terrible.
This isn't now. No. This is 57 minutes.
This is 57 minutes.
Not even. This is 50 minutes, bro. We got 50 minutes.
Dub, you didn't. Dub, question.
What's up?
You rock with the guest today? I'm not gonna lie. The guest made me literally laugh.
I haven't. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a bozo, bro. Yo,
I see. Listen.
Damn. Hold up. He asked me the question. Let me answer before you say something. Damn.
Nah, Dub. Here's the answer, bro. He's a bozo, bro. He's a bozo.
So, all right, KB. When I came,
respect Dion, man.
When I came in,
Mars.
I'm a LeBron fan.
Yo, let this nigga speak,
that
bro.
Shit was gross.
No, this is crazy.
Let him speak.
But KB, I haven't. This fucker. But listen, I haven't watched too much of the panel recently. Like I've just been busy with stuff in the morning. But when I pulled up today, and he told me that 2010s was the peak of basketball, I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to join this guy in the We Done with the 90s because I don't think you really know. I don't think you really know, man. He's like,
who is Dion?
I don't even mind dude's opinions.
This is what he said.
Arguing with
wait. I just want to say this one thing real quick, right? they were talking about this. This had me in tears. Literally, I was actually crying when he said this shit. They were talking about the MVP case, and they started talking about how like certain MVPs were close, even though they weren't. Like damn near unanimous MVPs. Like LeBron's one that was off by 1 vote, and then someone I think it was Mars.
It was Will or Dion. It was Will or Dion.
Hold on. Mars bring up Steph's unanimous MVP, and the logo goes, so is that MVP close? And he's like, yeah, because he was second, even though this nigga had no first place votes, bro. Mars snaps. The nigga goes, do you know what close means? I started crying, bro.
He's like, yo, are you slow? Are you slow?
Mars, you guys need to stop being mean to Dion, man. You guys stop.
Wait, is he just like a random TikTok guy?
Yo, Mars.
I couldn't stop laughing, bro.
TikTok is a hell of a drug.
Yo, Dub. I
might as well.
Yo, Dub, when you watch the panel today, bro, Mars Base, when he said, yo, real talk, Ron, this might be the most slowest guest we ever had on this panel. Yo.
Slower than Will?
They were going back to back. It was amazing. Yo, no, Dub. They were the Shaq and Kobe of slowness. What about
that other dude? What about that B Smooth? What about B Smooth?
Bro, I'm gonna go with you. B Smooth's brain wasn't even as smooth as these. Actually, I can't say it. I got a message from HR. I can't insult Dion. So shout out to Dion, man. It was nice having Dion on the show, man.
And apparently
you can't insult Dion.
Bro, be smooth.
No. Ticket card gifted, googly eye. You kidding, son? What? No way.
I'm just following the instructions that were given to me, man. So
there's no way. There's no way.
I appreciate it.
Wait, Mars,
I hope you can have him back. I mean,
wait, you insulted him live on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I insulted him in the comments afterwards. So
so you were OD. You were okay.
Hey, Mars, that comment that you made in the comments.
But to be fair,
I don't think I insulted him.
That's it.
Listen. To be fair to Mars, he did have to deal with a lot of stupid stuff today, like a lot.
Nah,
listen to him say that
when he said
better than Tim Duncan offensively. That is ridiculous.
He said Jamal Crawford is better than Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Whoa! Is he serious?
No, bro. He was.
He said LeBron.
He said LeBron James shoots like Steph Curry.
Yes.
Oh, and finish just like Shaq. Don't forget that
because
no cap though. I can't
because he shot 40% on 3 attempts.
He shot 40%. Yeah.
No cap though. No cap though. He had so many bad takes. I can't tell you what's the worst one.
Yeah. So you know what? You know what's so dope? You know what's so dope, right? About like this little TikTok trend, like we done with the 90s and everything, right? Mars, I know you know. I said this all the time. I said, bro. Like, y'all want to sit here and just gas up this old shit? Just go watch the game for yourselves, fam. Bro. And I've realized how lazy people are. No one really just went back and just watched these games, because if you watch those games, you would sit here and listen to Dell, hear me say about this old shit, and you will understand. Nah, bro. I was fighting battles, bro. I was fighting battles alone through the storm, bro. Helldiver stuff, bro. Yo. I'm going against the automatons by myself, fam. Like I'm over here battling the bugs by myself, fam. And over here, and all y'all, and I told y'all, all y'all have to do was just watch it. Just watch it, man.
Dub, watch the first quarter of the 1997 finals, game 1. That is the most garbage basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Garbage, bro. It was terrible. Watching the 70s basketball, my God, Kareem ain't got a left, bro.
You never watched the Willis Reed game. Hey, that's all I can tell. You never watched the Willis Reed game where Willis Reed he couldn't move and Wilt Chamberlain still couldn't score. You ain't watched that game.
I didn't watch that game. So I watched that game. I didn't watch that game.
The only guy who was hooping was Walt Frazier. Shout out to him, man. He was hooping.
Walt Frazier was putting niggas in the blender.
That's the game. That's the game where the old heads praise Willis Reed for going out there and galvanizing the troops.
Yeah. Even though Walt Frazier had 35 and 19 assists.
No glory.
Bro, I'm telling y'all.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all go back and watch that. Bro, it's trash, bro. Kareem, y'all call Michael Jordan the right-hand bandit. Bro, Kareem is the right-hand Robin Hood. The man religiously went with his left. No matter what. I seen this man he grabs the rebound, does a spin. The left's right there. Who was it? I think he was against the Knicks, 1971. Willis Reed right on his right. He still goes with his right. Shut up, man. I'm not here.
That's not like high IQ. That's not like high IQ offense to me.
Low was making a thing in terms of like there was no ingenuity and they were fucking rigid in their way.
I'm not gonna lie. Lowe's the one who told me about like that game. I didn't know Game 7 was on the internet. He's the one who brought it up. I watched it like the next day. Will Chamberlain moved down like 4 spots after that game.
That's what it was.
Man, you judge a Will past time.
Also so high, Mars. Besides the
I don't. If you haven't watched that game, don't talk to me.
What game is it?
Game 7 of the 1970 NBA Finals. If you haven't watched that game, don't talk to me. I'm sorry. You haven't watched that game?
I watched that game because I wanted to dispute the myth of why Willis Reed got that Finals MVP. I'm like, Gilly didn't do nothing. Walt Frazier was killing. He still didn't get it. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I don't know what Walt Frazier had in that last game. He had
35, 19.
It was loud. Whatever he had, it was loud. He was cooking. But
yeah, he was going behind the back. He was putting niggas in the blender.
I have a question.
He had 36 and 19.
How much of the night?
I have
a question though. Since you guys are done with the 90s, how many of the play? Because he said that Eddie Jones won't translate into the league today, which was pure. Like, oh man, let me chill. But
he didn't know
how many players out of the 90s do you think would translate to this era? Like what percentage? Like roughly, what the percentage would you think it would be?
Like 10%.
Only the all-time greats, honestly.
10%.
It's not that many.
All-time great. I think Eddie Jones would translate. Glenn Robinson would translate. Latrell Sprewell would translate. Allen Houston would translate. Like
Allen Houston
would translate.
Allen Houston would translate. Actually, I think there's
Kenny Anderson would translate. Rod Strickland, Danny Martin. Like, what are you doing?
I think there's. So this is the way I look at it, right?
What that last person said?
I don't know. Who was last?
Dan Marley.
You missed me with that.
Thunder Dan, man.
No, not Dan.
That's elite defense right there.
That was tough. Yo, don't keep on Dan. That was tough.
If you said Brad Daugherty, I would have felt like you missed with that.
So my whole thing is,
I think him and Rex Chapman was very slept on in the 90s. Him and Rex Chapman, they used to go crazy.
My whole thing is context though is like, I think like we're talking about translate, right? The way I look at it is like translate and like still be the level of which you were, you know. So I think a lot of those guys, especially stars, they could translate and mean in terms of like they could probably be like viable starters in the league. Mm-hmm. I think a good portion of them can be, but when we talk about you being who you were back then, right now, nah. I don't think a lot. I think a lot of those guys, I don't think they'll be able to translate to be the same level in which they were in their time in today's era. They need to go.
I think
some guys be better. I think some guys be better.
Some would be better. I do agree. Like some would be better, but I just think a lot more would just be like probably the same, if not worse.
Context: Rod Strickland is a role player today. Are you kidding me?
Wait, Rod was cold. Like,
bro.
Nah, you're bugging out. See, you're bugging out.
Context.
You're bugging out. Rod Strickland is a starter. He's a starter.
Context. Talk to me.
Defensively, he's gonna get cooked.
Dezo,
Context. Talk to me. Context.
Who, Rod Strickland?
What about? Yeah, Rod Strickland.
Nah, you know who's a starter today?
He may be a 6 man. I'll give him a 6 man.
Strickland is an amazing finisher. Could shoot and pass. What are we talking? Definitely. You never saw Rod Strickland. If you never seen him play, you can't talk to me about it.
Rod Strickland.
Are you serious? Race Offense is better. Race Offense.
Yeah, you lost me.
Are you talking about mid-range?
You lost me.
You talking about mid-range shooting? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, get into the league. Get into it. Yeah. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf is dogging in this era as well. Like, what are we talking about? He's a star.
I'm gonna tell you, you said that.
And I ain't gonna lie. Context. When we were texting earlier, and you said that shit about Eddie Jones being Mikal Bridges, I was like, bro,
He's better than Mikal Bridges. Are you crazy?
Bro, no, he's not. No, he's not.
He's
bro.
better than Mikal Bridges. He's better than
He's
Mikal
not better than
Bridges.
Mikal.
Thank
bro.
you.
He's better
Like,
than
he clear,
Mikal Bridges.
it's not. It's nasty how much he clears Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges.
That's a weird
Eddie
comp.
Jones doesn't clear Mikal Bridges. He doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He would be the same level of player, bro. Same level.
Brian could see that, bro.
I don't.
Probably not. Let me
Who
tell you.
cares? Who cares? Like, he doesn't do anything.
I still
man.
don't missed the game in his career. I'm just curious. I just want
He's shooting candidates, Mars. I can care less. I'm
Yeah,
watching.
I don't care about how good he is. I'm curious if he's missed the game in his career.
Context. The thing is,
No, he hasn't missed a game.
context. Even if I agree that he clears Mikal, even if I agree that he clears Mikal, you still haven't given me a solid reason why he clears Jaylen Brown. That's you still haven't given me.
He clears Jaylen Brown.
Context said he clears Jaylen Brown.
Context said that.
Context. I'm listening,
Who
bro.
clears Jaylen Brown?
What the heck?
Who clears
Eddie
Jaylen
Jones.
Brown?
Jaylen Brown.
Context. Don't be quiet now, bro.
I'm not
need
a fan of Jaylen Brown.
context.
That's me though. I personally don't like Jaylen Brown.
Jones is
I don't like. His
Okay, he might. That's cool.
I got you.
Yeah, that's
let me
I can't.
Let me read off some super chats though.
Make the argument. I can't make it.
Let me read off the super chats from you. Ron, what you got on my bands, bozo? From Almighty Lambo, seems as if he doesn't read his super chats. I went on a live of his and heard that LeBron James did something that directly impacted the life of him and his family. That's probably why he glazes from Mark Kidd. Okay.
Yeah, I guarantee.
I would glaze somebody too that's greatly impacted my family. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I have no shame in that. I will ride or die for you if you have helped me and my family out. So
Definitely rider.
and die.
He said LeBron helped his community though, not just him personally.
Ron,
Somebody has that echo in the background, by the way.
Ron, get out of here. Scram from James B. That's ridiculous. FIBA rules is the best answer from Tucson. I don't know. Like,
y'all don't
want that.
I think Wemby and like the bigs would just. I'm not gonna lie.
Just let Wemby boost all his stats and he can.
There's no offensive rebound. There's no offensive interference that FIBA rules.
Exactly. Let Wemby gonna average 20 rebounds and 10 blocks. He's gonna
the
average.
bigs are gonna be kings, bro. The bigs are gonna be kings, bro.
If they take away defensive three, bro, he's definitely it's over. I go.
Let them have the no goaltend thing. That means Kawhi's shot doesn't count either. That getting smacked off the rim.
Oh my gosh.
Nah. Yeah, FIBA rules is nasty. FIBA rules is nasty.
That's
I don't know why people want. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why people want that. Respectfully, I don't.
I don't even know
Mars, and I still don't get this about you. Why the fuck do you keep talking about Brandon taking away the corner three? You gotta stop that, bro.
Wow.
Bro, that's gonna ruin the game.
If you want offense,
ruin the game.
They asked the question of how to make offense harder and make defense better. No corner three. Tell me a better way to make defense.
No, that's the rule. That's
honestly the best.
But that was handicap offense. I'm not gonna care.
That's the point.
No,
I don't
it's not gonna handicap the offense because all you doing is
mid-range shooters would be elite.
But the problem is that the offense is so good that the defense can't adjust. So why would you not handicap the offense?
No, the problem is the defense hasn't caught up yet. The defense person hasn't caught up yet.
Because
you cannot have 5 versatile defenders on the court at the same time and still provide.
Why not? But Logan, they said the same exact thing about 2000s when people were saying you cannot have 4 shooters on the court at the same time. Same premise. Just opposite.
What?
There's no better idea to make the offense get worse than removing the corner three. You can't think of
Mars, that's wow. Mars, that's wild.
What idea makes the offense worse than removing the corner three?
No, Mars, but it's about you also got to make sure the game isn't ruined. I think the game is going to struggle immensely.
How would it ruin the game?
They asked how to make offense worse.
Because we also have to think about it in terms of like viewership. I'm not gonna lie. Like
then they shouldn't change anything.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should even just bring back.
No, the question was what should change to make offense.
I don't think that's OD. That's OD. That's like me saying, yeah, just put a defensive 3-second right. Take away the defensive 3-second rule.
I don't think
take away goaltending. Take away goaltendings too, so they could just block all the shots.
But hold on.
Yeah, that's someone said that.
Real quick.
Nah, fuck that. I'm not hearing that. You're ruining the game, bro.
Mars, can you break down why removing the corner three would be a difference though? Like I'm confused by why that would be.
Because
He said this yesterday on the panel.
Because if you put a non-spacer in the corner to shoot a three, now that corner doesn't have like that 3 points. That deep two is not that much at a high value. So like,
but are people gonna leave?
The person who's helping weak side. The person who's helping weak side is knowing that pretty much if the person who spotted up in that corner is gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna just cut. They know they're just like a step away from him, so they can just help even more now. So that just makes it like a lot harder when you're having driving lanes. It clogs it up more.
Right.
But
okay.
I get what Mars is trying to say, but I don't want to say that. It's kind of.
I'm pretty sure yesterday on the panel, Mars explained the numbers about it to my Ox early on.
Right. Yeah. I know. League average in the corner is like 39.5%.
It's like 40%.
If you make them threes, that's a 118 offensive rating, 117. So elite.
But if you make them twos,
you make them three. You make them twos, an 80 offensive rating.
Okay. But if you do that, Mars, like I think the post game would be non-existent. It's already dwindling now, but like if you remove corner threes, like the post game would be non-existent.
They're blitzing.
Nah, usually I would agree.
You just have Aaron Gordon in the short corner.
Unless you're making like
that paint is gonna be clogged. Oh my god!
Usually people for example when Embiid gets the ball in the high post, usually he has a shooter like above the break, so it really wouldn't matter.
Bro, that's gonna be such bad basketball. Like I'm not.
I don't agree. I don't want the corner three.
They can't stand at the corner, but teams are going to be fine with giving. They're going to be a lot more teams being fine with them like letting up on that, other than like a Jokic post up or let's say Wemby or Joel Embiid. Like they're just going to sit here and just leave that, and it's not going to hurt the teams as much and cause them to respect those shooters as much.
You got to find counters. That's the point.
I don't even feel like it's too. I don't even feel
there's
like
no counters, bro. I don't think there's any counters, bro.
Yeah, there is. You put someone in the short corner. You put your best shooter in the corner where there's no threes, and then when you dish it to them, and because they're not being guarded, you dribble handoff to above the break 3.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, you actually play the 2-3 matchup zone. Nah,
yeah, the zone is where it's like, zone's gonna kill you.
You can't do that.
If everyone runs zone, you're gonna die.
The Nuggets going on a type of run if that happens.
The defense gonna be good, right?
This guy's ridiculous.
But I don't. But this
you can't find a solution that makes defense better than me removing corner.
You have to. But again, you have to change the efficiency. You have to. Yes, you have to, because you also have to sit here and not just kill offense. The thing is,
people can shoot and like are way better now. It's not going to kill the offense. It will just drop it from people scoring 130 every night.
Yeah, that's what I think.
They don't score 130.
They're gonna score 130 today.
Obviously, it's a hyperbole.
And then even then, the post. Why we act like the postseason that all drops down? Like every postseason, it drops down in scoring every single time.
Like people, I don't understand why people are complaining. I don't feel like there's anything.
I don't
wrong,
think there's a problem
with the game in general.
Max. I don't think there's much of a problem.
Neither do I. But the question got asked, so I answered
it. Because in the postseason, let me double check this. Right? Wasn't that Miami Heat series and Denver Nuggets series like offensively, like it wasn't crazy?
Yeah, it was pretty slow. It was pretty stagnant for both guys.
I don't remember what the average scores were. I know the last game was low scoring. I know that.
I know that for the Heat, it was pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we were, but even the Nuggets, they weren't
slow paced series. But I'm pretty sure the Nuggets' offense was very good. There just was less possessions.
They weren't hitting their.
I'll talk about points per game.
It was pretty low, but the pace was low.
The Nuggets' offense was on par with the 07 Suns.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't think defense is as much of a worry.
One of the best postseason offenses ever.
I feel like the defense does need something to help them because
like no corner threes.
No, I feel like
it's the
one foul call that like Shea and Luka get, like will they bump into you to throw it up? That needs to be gone.
Yeah, I've been saying that. If you the offensive player initiate contact, there's no way you.
The superstars complained about that and they got it out of there, bro.
You can't run into someone and then you got fouled.
But you know what they actually need to fix? They need to fix like this on the floor foul versus actually in motion. I've seen too many in motion.
That's true.
Calls.
It's so inconsistent.
I've seen too many in motion calls be called on. Why do they do this thing at 2 where it's like someone's catching a lob and they'll get fouled?
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, every time you get fouled on the floor, that makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That bothers me every time I see it.
I don't know why they do that, bro. I seen someone get like tackled midair and they'll be like, "Yeah, side out." I'm like, "What? He's going for the lob, bro." That makes no sense.
they gave an extra step. They allowed you to get another step of continuation too. They implemented that last few years ago. But
as long as you stop your dribble.
I just think if you want to make offense harder, remove the corner three.
This guy's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's such a bad. That's such a
removing defensive three would just be like
away goal
too good for like bigs.
The real answer is this.
If you want to go overboard, take away defensive three and remove the corner three.
The real answer is this. The real answer is this, right? All you have to do is 1, call for travels, 2, call for offensive fouls because that's something that doesn't happen a lot.
Wait, but my King LeBron would get hurt. You can't do that.
He
travels in offensive fouls like every game. Like,
exactly. Every spin move LeBron does.
So does the whole league. Why single LeBron out? Come on.
My King is crazy, man.
Yeah, Giannis does that all the time. Shoot, even Jimmy Butler. When Jimmy Butler just drops his shoulder and just tries to go, he's fouling, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what Giannis be. That's what Giannis be doing too, bro.
Yes, they all be doing that. So I think you could call more offense because I feel as if offensive players have so much freedom to do whatever they want. Bro, I literally see offensive players put their hands on defenders like that. Like it's crazy to me. Like when when you're the offensive player and you're able to touch and move defenders out the way for your lane, that's OD to me. Like that's crazy to me. That should be more offensive call.
I feel like
you think the swipe is an offensive foul?
If Mars, it's like this, right? And not every time. So it's like that's something that's going to be tough to judge. But if I'm dribbling, right? And I over here and I put my elbow right here and I'm just moving you out the way for my lane. Like that's crazy.
Jason Tatum be doing that.
The swipe?
No, that's fine. No.
Everyone does do that. Everyone does do that.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
That's not ethical. That's not ethical. That's not ethical.
In order to, because to be honest with you, Dub, like at that point where your ability to do that, your shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Your shoulders already past the defender. So at some point, you was gonna get blown by regardless.
Nah, bro.
That is for Jokic, bro. Jokic
I'll be open to being wrong with that.
And Jokic does that too. Jokic does that too a lot.
I'll be open to being wrong with that. I don't like seeing that.
Cat does that. OD. Cat does that.
Jokic be doing his little post spin seals, but he just be hooking you. That's what he be doing.
Yeah,
I don't like seeing that, bro. That's not ethical to me. That's not ethical to me.
The swag.
Somebody got reverb.
We'll see. I don't think that's ethical to me. I'm mad Jordan isn't pulling up though. Rick Smith gave Shaq trouble, and he isn't athletic.
Rick Smith.
Who was the echo, bro?
Yeah, who is that?
Yeah, that's what. Who's that?
Yeah, I think that was Keem. Lukey exists A30, and all role players now, all role players of the '90s versus the role players of today. Who you got? Trey Ball has
role players of today. Role players of today.
What's a role player?
Do we want to see
any player that's not an all-star caliber? If you're below all-star caliber, you're a role player.
So Tyler Hero.
What's Jamal Murray?
He's also
he's not a role player. He's
like
all-star caliber.
Bro, playoffs.
He's not a role player. Stop this.
I
just
role player.
MPJ is a role player.
MPJ is a role player.
Derek White,
Aaron Gordon.
Derek White's a role player.
Caruso.
Derek White is making this team. We're gonna get Derek White.
Kuminga.
We're gonna get Herbie.
Kuminga is still a role player. Give him some time.
Yeah, Herb Jones. Yep.
Victor Wembanyama.
Kuminga in 2 years.
Nah. Stop cheating.
What's J-Dub?
Role player.
I don't think he's a role player.
He's a role player.
Nah,
I don't think
he's one of them.
If J-Dub's a role player, so is Jaylen Brown then.
Oh yeah,
that's nasty.
No, that's different.
Jaylen
Brown.
They don't because they don't watch the game, bro.
They don't watch them. I'm just letting you know.
They don't watch them. Bro, because they don't, and this, they lazy. They don't watch OKC. I know they don't watch OKC. I know they don't. There's no way you can see.
Like,
if you think Jaylen Brown's a star, so is J-Dub.
No, Dub.
Brown, the
only thing J-Dub does, he's only better at ISO than Jaylen Brown.
levels.
That's it.
Huh? You fucking lie. Huh?
Huh?
You say he's
Dub.
only better in ISOs?
Sturdy,
You
sturdy,
lie.
sturdy. You losing,
You
you losing,
lie.
you losing.
You
Tom.
lie.
Am I missing something? Cause I watched OKC game too. Is he a better defender?
Yo,
He's better
are you-
transition. Like what am I doing?
He's a
He's
better
not the primary
defender.
defender.
I know
What
he's
you talking
better
about?
He's a better defender than
He's not a
Jaylen
he's
Brown.
not a defender.
He's a better
Y'all got
passer.
it.
He's a
Y'all
better
got it.
decision maker. 100%. 100%.
No, you got it, Tom.
Clearly better.
The crazy part is, I think Jaylen Brown could probably have the argument being better in isolation than J-Dub. Like that's where the
That's not close. That's not close.
Yes,
that's not close.
Jaylen Brown be cooking in that. Whoa.
No, J-Dub ISO is nasty.
Yo, J-Dub
is nasty.
J-Dub in the pick and roll is crazy. Like that's what he be going crazy in.
Wait.
But isolation, he's great too. But Jaylen Brown, I'm not gonna lie. Jaylen Brown in isolation is crazy.
I seen J-Dub. I seen J-Dub. I seen J-Dub drop a lot of niggas off ISO, bro.
Yeah, because if you're giving J-Dub the isolation, if you're giving J-Dub the isolation sturdy, then Jaylen Brown has no argument here. Like that's the
how's he better how's he a better defender? Am I missing something?
No, J-Dub's a great defender.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Jaylen Brown's defense has been pretty good.
He's a good
on ball is up and down. Off ball is up and down.
The next game,
I've given up on Jaylen Brown's off-ball defense, but on-ball he's been pretty good.
On ball he's been way better than last year. Way better.
I think as a one-on-one defender, I'm gonna give the edge to Jalen Brown, but it's not like Jalen Williams is still like a great one-on-one defender too. But in terms of versatility, I'm giving because of that versatility factor of J-Dub.
What versatility J-Dub got?
He got a 7'2" wingspan. Lock him, man.
I think he's more switchable than Jalen Brown.
7'2".
I just think Jaylen Brown's a better shooter, better transition.
You got two of them, by the way.
And even though J-Dub better at ISO score production still Jaylen Brown.
Neither one of them are going to guard the best.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown be playing in transition. I be seeing him.
Actually, I think Jaylen Brown was that the Warriors?
Both do it. They actually
I think
do
the Warriors. Yeah.
Both of them do it.
Jaylen Brown be in transition more than damn near any wing in the league.
Neither one of them are going to guard.
No, he's top out of the league in transition point. That's a fact. But that's part of the game.
Oh, is he actually?
That's part of the game.
Yes.
Yeah, he's top out.
Oh, look at that!
Disgusting. Jaylen Brown doesn't cover the best guy. Who covers the best guy? Like Drew and Derek White.
Drew and Derek White. Yeah, Drew and Derek White. And then J-Dub doesn't guard the best player, best offensive player either.
Jaylen Brown takes tougher matchups.
That's Ludor.
Yeah, that's Ludor.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I said Jaylen Brown's a better on ball.
Wait, so
I don't think
J-Dub is
Drew
better?
routinely takes tougher matchups than Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown probably takes Derek White, yeah, but Drew, they don't be using Drew primarily on ball.
No, Drew is a good how can I put it? He's a good weak side blow up guy. Like Drew would deviate a lot of stuff.
They have Jaylen Brown. They have Jaylen Brown
attack defender to a net defender now.
But when Lou Dort,
when
Lou Dort isn't on him, J-Dub's the one that picks up.
No, it's SGA. SGA is a better defender than J-Dub. SGA is a better defender than J-Dub.
I'm so unmoved by Shea's defense.
You don't watch OKC. You don't watch OKC.
No, you not watch OKC, bro.
I mean, SGA has improved this year, but I don't know about that.
I think SGA gets.
I think people blow by him so he can reach from behind. Are we serious?
I think
SGA. That's a technique. Hold on, Mars.
That's a technique.
So we can try to reach from behind. That's
We're calling that a technique.
Thibault does all the time.
That's bad defense.
No, real talk. Like Thibault will let you. No, it is a technique. Thibault will let you get by, and he will back tap the ball, and when you're not protecting it, that's legit.
That sounds
No, I agree. No, he's not. We just different on the different games.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
He said that's fake defense.
You're literally calling him a blow by guy.
No. I'm not saying he allowed that blow by. I'm saying I'm saying that is a technique. When you allow the guy to get past you to get the ball on the other side, that's a real technique.
You got beat. You're trying to get the ball.
No, wait, no.
Watch Thibault film.
I'll give
Mars. I acknowledge. What I'm saying is different. What you're saying to the blowouts.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I'm not.
I don't think he's solid. No, but I still think he's a better defender than J-Dub. It's not a. I don't think it's like. It's not a wash.
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. I ain't say that. I say he's better defender than J-Dub. I don't know why we got this crazy thing.
And back to, I like Shea's rim protection. I'll put that. I do like Shea be providing some nice rim protection as a guard. Other than like Derek White,
Shea's rim protection.
I do like that.
Yeah, he like 6'7".
Back to Jaylen Brown, right? Let's take the Suns game for example. Kevin Durant was mainly being guarded by Jason Tatum, not Jaylen Brown. You know.
Tatum's bigger.
Yeah.
Why.
I mean,
he's bigger.
JT's a better defender. JT a better defender.
And a better matchup.
Yeah, a better matchup.
JT's a better off-ball defender.
Yeah.
His on-ball defense ain't that great, to be honest. But
I don't know, man.
I always thought
ever since teammate left.
He's okay. He's cool.
Wait, are we still?
It's not.
Are we still doing the J man? Yeah, bro. In 2024.
So yeah, I keep going into this J-Dub and Jaylen Brown comparison, right? And offensively, I'm so convinced offensively, like he clears him, like it's so many factors. He's a better pick and roll. Jalen Williams. He's a better pick and roll.
J-Dub is super inconsistent. He'll give you 25. Next game you get 7.
Lying. You're lying.
Super
inconsistent.
You're lying.
You're lying. You're lying.
7, 22, 8. That's his stat line. That's what he does night to night. Inconsistent.
Wait. So are you saying Jaylen Brown? Are you saying that Jaylen Brown is more consistent than Jalen Williams?
Scoring? Yes.
Also,
go look at J-Dub. Go look at Jaylen Brown.
So we're in copper.
No way. This guy's.
I'm saying,
jinxy, bro.
I see the vision with J-Dub, but if you're saying right now, you're just lying.
No. If you want to talk about consistency, if we're talking about shot attempts, because I think the main consistency that comes with Jalen Williams, if they're inconsistent, if there is any, it's not on him. He's on a crew.
If he's not being aggressive and not getting his shots,
it's not aggressive. They're blowing. They just blew. They were blowing out. They were blowing out the Memphis Grizzlies, and he only took 6 shots. They were getting killed by the Lakers. He only took 9. Like, what are we talking about?
Nah, you meant to stat pad. Lock in, man.
Like, get out of here with this bullcrap. Against Washington, they blow him out by. Against Washington, they blowed him up by 40. He only takes 7 shots. But we're talking about inconsistencies. What are you talking about?
Hold on, Dub. To be fair, though, like some nights, Jaylen Brown has to concede shots to both Jason Tatum and
that's fine. Why are we bringing up inconsistencies when we're talking about Jaylen fucking Brown?
He's inconsistent as a scorer.
Wait. So question.
J-Dub has to do the same thing with Chet and Shea, by the way.
But he's the clear second best scoring option on the team, though. Like clearly,
second best is J-Dub.
Yeah, J-Dub's clearly
Jaylen
the second
Brown's
best
the
scoring
same thing
option
for
on
the
team.
Celtics.
Yeah, I like Chet. I like Chet.
Between Porzingis,
score,
White, Drew Holiday.
The score over J-Dub?
Chet scores better than J-Dub?
No, I ain't saying he scores better. We talking about no. You're saying if somebody asks the question, if he's not the second option, then who is? The way they use Chet, I think he's the second option.
No.
J-Dub.
No, I do agree. No, I do agree. No, I do agree. It's my committee.
Bro, sturdy.
What is second option?
I don't watch OKC because
I don't watch them. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Everyone, shut up. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't know what the hell y'all watching. The second option is clear cut. J-Dub. He is their best, their second best ball handler. He makes decisions. He's the main, besides Shea, it's him and Shea that really operates in the pick and roll. He takes he shoots great from the field and even from 3. He's a good spot up threat. He's good in transition. He's a good playmaker and passer for his crew. They go to him, especially late in games. I've seen numerous times where they go to him to hit big buckets for them. They don't go to Chet. What the hell are we talking about?
What does second option mean? What does second option mean, Steady?
Second option to me is just a second Second, yeah. Now I'm saying it right. Yeah, no, he's not second. He's not second option. The way I do second option, first option. The way I do second option, first options is the most impactful player is the most impactful offensive player is the first option. Then is the second most impactful player is the second option. That's how I do it.
Okay. And then hold on, let's cook this Jaylen Brown nonsense, right? Because we talk about inconsistencies with Jaylen Brown, who's one of the most inconsistent players in the league that we have. And then you're talking about J-Dub. Okay, we're talking about J-Dub. We're talking about J-Dub, where the man literally religiously is giving you 19, 15, 20 on game. On what kind of splits? 55 and 45.
He's low
That's
volume.
crazy.
He's low volume, high efficiency score.
He takes he takes two shots less than Jaylen Brown, 2 or 3. That's good enough volume right there. What the hell are we talking about?
Were you taking Dub? Were you taking the context on the type of team Jaylen Brown in? Yeah, that's low volume.
Oh yeah, and then let's get into the percentages, right? Because I do find it crazy how there's such a tremendous gap percentage-wise when you're playing next to KP, when you're playing next to Derek White, when you're playing next to JT, and you don't even have as much responsibility as Jalen Williams. I find it crazy how Jalen Williams is.
Why don't he?
I find it crazy. I find it crazy how Jalen Williams, when you look at J-Dub and Jaylen Brown, J-Dub clears him in terms of pick and roll ball handling responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility. 100%. Wait, why is it
that's a scheme.
That's a scheme. I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished slow roasting. I'm not finished slow roasting.
Yeah, he's a better ball.
I'm not finished slow roasting you. I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
I have to correct you.
What's the correction? Come
on. Jalen Williams, J-Dub's taking 4 less shots than
JB, 4.
But continue.
Yeah. Okay, 4. That's fine.
Yeah,
cool.
Volume,
I still okay, cool. There's still a clear discrepancy. What's the percentages? What's the percentages, right? What's Jaylen Brown's percentage from the field?
Like
and 3?
34 from 3. I don't
he's 50, he's 50, 34, right 50, 34, 71 if I round up. That's
okay, and then Jalen Williams is 55.
1% free throw shooter?
Yeah. And Jalen Williams.
It's weird. It's weird. He can shoot threes, but can't make threes.
J-Dub is 54. J-Dub is 54, 45, and 82.
Okay.
I would say Jaylen Brown's three-point percentage is significantly better on catch and shoot. It's his pull-ups that's killing him.
Jaylen Brown's free throw.
Jaylen Brown. It's like Jason Tatum.
Jaylen Brown.
They shoot better on catch and shoot.
Doesn't catch and shoot. I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't been good for him.
You know what's so funny?
What?
Yeah. No, I'm checking it right now.
Jaylen Brown shoots 34.
That was hilarious, Dub. I like that one.
What you say, boss?
Jaylen Brown is at 34.6% on catch and shoot threes this year.
Yeah. So what the fuck y'all talking about?
He's not that
good. What's J-Dub?
But then again, I think Jaylen Brown
is the volume. No, I'm saying he's taking nearly double.
J-Dub is at 45% on catch and shoot threes this year.
45 is tough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This nigga's taking 3 attempts a game. How much value am I putting?
Yeah, like come on, bro. Like it's low volume.
Low volume.
Told me
you guys are the ones who said Jaylen Brown.
No, that's fine. But guess what?
He's great.
The low volume, I get it. But the fact that there's a 11% gap in that, and it's not like it's not like they're just leaving him open. They are guarding up a 11% gap in that right there, and even in the field goal percentage with Jaylen Brown and Jalen Williams, right? Jalen Williams, at the end of the day, I do find it crazy how he has a higher load, higher responsibility, and he's still being able to be this effective and efficient. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, bro. What are you talking about? You know what? I have the stats right. I have the stats right here for you. I have the stats right here. I got you right here.
It's lovely watching Dub become a stat guy once he gets
J-Dub. Yeah, watch this. Watch this, because y'all fucking stupid. Jalen Williams operates as the PNR ball handler 35% of the time. 35% of his possessions is him being the PNR ball handler. You know what? No, Jaylen Brown's 15.9.
That's
an extreme, dog. Yeah, we've been said that, Mars. We've been saying he's a better ball handler and better isolation, better pick and roll.
So again, the The fact that he is able to be this effective and efficient, having that much of responsibility compared to Jaylen Brown, where the majority of his shit is coming in transition. The majority of his stuff is coming in transition, bro. What are you talking about? It's transition. It's transition. No, I got it. Here's the percentages. Here's the percentages. 28.2% is in transition and 16.1% in spot ups. So that's two things that is not really him getting on.
That's not majority.
Oh my God. Those are the two highest of his usage.
If you say 44% of Jaylen Brown's offense is splitting up in transition.
That sounds better.
That's not what that's less than half. Yeah, that's better. Thank you, Mars. And, I appreciate it.
So, bro, give me this. Cut off the nonsense with this BS, bro. Like, I'm not hearing this, bro. I'm not hearing this.
Wait. So where does everybody
like? J-Dub is nice,
Jaylen
but
Brown?
like to say that he's like that right now, I feel like it's a bit premature. That's my whole thing.
I think by next year everybody's gonna say the same thing.
But if we're talking about
next
right now,
I'm sure they're gonna say J-Dub. And
probably
context. That's all it is. People just don't want to say it because of time. That's all. But I guarantee you, next season, what people gonna say? Because I see in all of my comments, it's too early to say that. Next season, though, he can say that. It's dumb as hell.
No one expected Jalen.
Right, he's not playing on Jaylen Brown's level. He's playing at a higher level than him.
Guys, stop lying.
No, you lying. What is Jaylen Brown doing better than him?
Have a bigger role last
We just told you.
Wait, so
defensively,
for this season, where does everybody rank Jaylen Brown?
Dub, if you're bringing up
top 30,
if you're bringing up scoring inconsistencies too, I think
damn,
still has a little.
He said top 50.
I don't know where he is. I'm 50's conservative. I always go conservative, but I don't have a ranking.
I said 30.
I'm sure he's in the top 50. I'm certain he's in the top 50. I don't know where. I'm certain.
He's in the top 30. I'd say in the top 30.
I'm not certain.
So y'all want to down this inconsistency here, huh? Because I'll bring it up. Y'all want to bring up the inconsistency here?
He's got more numbers to kill you guys.
Like, you want to bring up inconsistencies with J-Dub? It's going to destroy y'all. I promise y'all. Don't do this with me, sir. I got the stats to back it up this time, man.
Oh my God.
Because
all right, I guess Fox we're watching now.
You're talking about inconsistency, bro.
Okay, let's do.
You're talking about up and down fluctuation. J-Dub barely has that. He's always consistent, sir. Yes, the only time, bro. I'm looking at it right now.
Then he'll give you 15, then 15, 18.
Okay,
around that.
Look, let's do the last 10 for each. How about that?
You said
last
10.
Doing the last
10, Max. Come on, son. Tighten up, Max. You wild.
Because when Tatum's been sticking it up,
let's do the last 10 for each. Let's just do the last 10.
No, let's do the last. Okay, cool.
Let's do the last 10 for each.
Let's do the last 10. Watch this. Let me see.
Jaylen Brown been doing this.
They're both pretty consistent, to be honest.
I think so too. I really do, especially for the last 10 games.
But we're gonna keep that one bad game. It was
also
the Lakers he played bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we keep going further.
Dub, you want to talk about the load? Jaylen Brown had the same load that Jalen Williams had last year.
Let's just do the thing, bro. Let's just do the last.
Why you
talking about responsibilities?
We're talking about this season right now.
Yeah, like you always say. No, like you always say. Hold on.
I'm gonna read off.
Hold on. Like you always say, Dub. Just because you stop doing something, don't mean you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you always say about defense. Just because you stop playing defense, don't mean you ain't doing it. You just trying. Just because I got a different role, don't mean I can't stop doing what I did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So why you even saying all that about role
you know what's so funny? Last season, without KP
I don't
there,
care that you're gonna bring up one aspect of offense. Pick
no. You were talking about. Because now you want to join in. Now you about to get cooked, sir. Because you talk about responsibility, and the funny thing about that, in terms of responsibility, you were talking about my point. Just because you don't do it a lot now doesn't mean you're not capable of that. Jaylen Brown last season. He was at 16.9% of being that ball handler distributor that we're talking about. So what? 1%? Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, he was a scorer. That's his responsibility to be a scorer.
That's who he is, bro, and that's okay.
It ain't gotta be no.
That's who he always has been.
I'm scoring. That's my responsibility.
When we're sitting here, when we sit here and doing more, that's thank you, context. When we sit here comparing the two,
just because you passing the ball, don't mean you're doing more than me.
Comparing the two, when you are effectively scoring, when they need you to score,
water bottle analogy.
When you are effectively scoring, both when you're effective. Yo, Max, stop. Because when you are effectively no, watch this, Mars. Because when you are a guy who's effectively scoring in the season, even without Shea being there, whenever Shea's not there, guess what? J-Dub's the guy with the reins in the offense. They've leaned on you in the clutch. They leaned on those dribble pull-ups that you talk about with Jaylen Brown, not the threes, but the midi pull-up. J-Dub got that money in his bag, bro. We're talking about passing for his crew, playmaking for his crew. Literally, J-Dub and Jaylen Brown are like very
How many
similar.
games Shea missed this year?
Who's saying Shea? See, this is why I say you don't watch the games. I'm talking about when he's not on the court. He's on the bench.
He asked how many games. He was asking how many games.
I'm not talking about when Shea. I'm not talking about when Shea's missing games. This is why you have to watch the games to see what happens when he's not on the court and they bench him. J-Dub has the offense in his hands. J-Dub's creating plays. J-Dub's being an effective and efficient scorer, but crazy in the mid-range and a good spot-up threat, similar to like Jaylen Brown. The separation between those two offensively is the fact that the load that J-Dub has on his back to sit here and play make and ball handler for his crew, something that Jaylen Brown has never done in his career.
I think he has.
Fucking don't walk.
I mean, I think he has.
Look, listen, I just want to read off the last 10 for each. That's really all I want to do. And then that's really much it. But,
KB, go. Do it.
So this is J-Dub's last 10. Yeah, so 18, 11, 22, 24, 26, 22, 7, 31, 15, 7. And JB's last 10. JB's last 10. 19, 21, 30, 31, 25, 29, 21, 41, 27, 27.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm taking Jaylen Brown. Wait, was that J-Dub or Jaylen Brown?
Why are we? No, Jaylen Brown is the higher scoring one.
That was
This is too early.
J-Dub is the higher scoring one.
Early, dog. You just early.
And that's what I'm saying. You
like,
guys are
J-Dub
upset
is
with
going
saying
to
that it's too
improve and
early.
Be better, but right now, today, it's
Hey,
clearly Jaylen Brown.
but J-Dub. No, how is it clearly?
Like, oh my goodness, bro.
What's the argument? Give me an argument, sir.
That's it.
Also, to the person that's speaking,
Other than time, I need to hear a definitive argument.
I've been given argument this entire time. You just
I haven't heard it,
like,
so repeat it.
Caping for your favorite player. Exactly. You don't listen.
No, say it right now. Say it right now.
Like Jesus Christ, bro.
Say something. Say something right now. The ball's in your court, sir. You don't have to bitch right now. You can just say you can just say it right now.
In here, yo, me personally, I want to take
all right. Like how this conversation started. First off, I said J-Dub is a more inconsistent player on his, like, he has higher volume. Well, I mean, he's lower volume, but he has a higher efficiency and very inconsistent with it. And then Jaylen Brown, I like him better with his post touches and then obviously his transition and stuff like that. And so right now, J-Dub, he's not really like doing enough yet to be considered in like these higher echelons. But obviously, I think he'll get there. But if you're talking today, I just don't think I don't see it yet.
So, what higher echelons is Jaylen Brown in?
What Jaylen Brown, the all-star, all-NBA caliber player?
Ranking, number ranking. Where you got him?
Like ranking, he's like within like the top 30, like 25, 30s within that range.
Yeah, that's not right.
We don't have to get into that, but and again, now I'm gonna say something, and
I don't hate J-Dub. I think he will get there, but I'm just saying, like right now, today, it's not there.
So I'm gonna say this point, and hopefully you can listen to me as well, because like I said, the inconsistency thing that you're talking about is non-existent at all. If you want to talk about the last 10 games, which is kind of poorly timing, you can probably say that. He got hurt in the last game.
To the beginning of the year if you want. Like I can hold on.
And we can go to the beginning of the year with Jaylen Brown too, sir. Where he was being massively inconsistent as well.
I'm saying Jaylen Williams' lows are significantly lower than Jaylen Brown's. And obviously he's like what? This is like his second year in the league. Like
so 12 points. 12 points on 5 for 16, huh? 12 points.
Everyone has games like that. Like what?
Okay, so now with Jaylen Brown, everyone has games like that. Well, but for J-Dub, we're gonna hyper focus.
Not once have I said Jaylen Brown doesn't have bad games, bro. We hate on Jaylen Brown all the time. Like that is like we know this. But
What
to
up?
just be like, but to you saying that J-Dub clears him, like as of right now, I'm just
Mhm.
like, this, like, what are we talking about?
So let me attack your first point about the consistency, right? It's kind of weird how a guy who said you want to talk about the volume, I think that's where your argument probably has some value to it, where the volume isn't the same as Jaylen Brown. But especially for the last 10 games, when we've seen him have the volume, when he's giving you 18, 19, 17, 13, 20 shots a game, he's doing that well above 50% from the field. He's doing that at a great 3-point shooting numbers as well. So he's been doing that for the last 10 games now. Now, there's a couple games where they are getting blown out. And newsflash for anyone who doesn't know basketball, when you are getting blown out, majority of the time, they're taking you out the game or the game's just out of reach and you're not going to be putting them shots up. So the times where he's inconsistent is when the team is getting blown out. Similar to what happens to Jaylen Brown. When his team gets
you
blown
are a part of the problem when you get blown out too. Why you just absolving him?
I'm not.
I think it means when OKC are blowing teams out. And vice versa, but that's what
and that's the point. So it's kind of weird to harp on inconsistencies when blowouts are happening, and that those are really the games there the inconsistency is happening. Other than that, majority of games that Jaylen Brown is playing in, especially close games, he's giving the 15 or 16 or 17 shots a game. He's giving you great over 50 from the field and over 40 from three consistently. And Jaylen Brown this year, this is where we could sit here. That's why I don't believe and sit here talking about consistencies with J-Dub or Jaylen Brown, because I think they have been pretty consistent this whole year. So why are we talking about inconsistencies when the only times when they're being inconsistent is, like you said, there's times where you're just gonna have a bad game. Yeah. When Jaylen Brown shoots 6 for 19, when he shoots 6 for 14 and back-to-back games, we understand it's just a bad game. When there's a blowout happen, it doesn't matter. None of those guys have shown glaring issues of inconsistencies, but there are some stretches with Jaylen Brown, especially in back-to-back games. He does 5 for 16, 5 for 17, 4 for 11, 7 for 15, 4 for 13. Like, he has just as much as Jaylen Brown. So the consistency argument means nothing in this equation. It means nothing.
J-Dub averages 27 and 6 per 75 possessions without Shea on the floor on 62% true shooting.
Cook, Mars.
Okay.
They don't watch OKC. They don't watch OKC, man.
You don't even watch. You don't even watch that, Dub, because that's a hypothetical stat. You don't know
I told you what they be doing when Shay's not there. Don't be mad because the stat just proved my point.
So
I literally was saying it.
Inflated stats, like
it's not inflated. He's a cooking machine. What the hell are we talking about?
Because when you use these per stats,
Mars,
like that's like if you look at Wemby's per stats, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's the best player to ever exist.
You're wild. Can you look up
it's not a good argument.
JB's per 75 without Jason Tatum on the floor, please?
28.7 points per 75.
Okay. They both cook.
My point.
They both cook.
One more.
I didn't say. I'll say J-Dub doesn't cook.
On 59.5 true shooting and 56.4 EFG.
That's elite.
I could look up assists and turnovers, but are you guys curious?
But there's no point. There's no point.
So Jaylen Brown was
Dub, you nasty.
Dub.
No, talk about it. That's part of my argument. That's a part of my argument.
Because in the future, I think
he averages 3.5 turnovers and
who?
Jaylen Brown per 75. And 5.8 assists and 5.8 assists.
And J-Dub?
Max, he's way better than Jaylen.
J-Dub is 6.2 assists and 2.6 turnovers.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Oh my
point
God.
forward. So the same turnover to assist ratio.
That's literally 2.6.
J-Dubs is slightly better, and Jaylen Brown scores slightly more points than J-Dubs.
Yeah, so it's me.
Hey, but you know what's so funny, Sturdy? What did I say before? So I say y'all not really listening. I said the crazy thing is Jalen Brown and Jalen Williams, I do think like they're very similar and very close with each other, but because of the faith I have in J-Dub's ball handling and playmaking and his responsibility, that's why he's better than Jalen Brown.
No, I heard you multiple times. That's why.
Can we end the show now?
Yeah. And no, because they cook.
I'm not mad.
Because they cook, bro.
I'm not mad at that take. That just makes it so that OKC has So OKC has
This is nasty.
a top
The
8
super
and a
team.
top 30 guy,
The
along with
super
Chet.
team.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they should be doing something in the postseason, so I hope they do.
Hey,
That's all.
Dub.
Sure.
When the
OBG
postseason comes,
Kenobi
and
said this
J
is
Dub
Dub's
is
best
garbage,
take.
and
Yeah,
that is
sure,
and
he's
that
garbage. Can
low
I
volume.
read my
It
scenario so
sounds
I can
like
watch?
Let him read.
I
Let him
want
read.
to
thing, y'all.
watch
Let
my
Mo do
team
his
play
thing,
some
y'all.
football, please. Yeah, I want to watch my team play football. Thank you. This is Dub's best take. J Dub over Jaylen Brown. Thank you. Liban said J Dub is very underrated as a playmaker. His lobs are very good. Shout out to Liban. And then
That's
he
a
said,
good,
Mars, I don't feel like they even called a defensive three. Unless you're in there for 10 seconds, yeah, it doesn't get called very often. Okay, thank you guys for watching the show. Merry Christmas and have a happy new year. And